True, so I'm an addict. 24 Cali, don't make me have to grab it. Cabbage, niggas can't manage. That's another slapping. Niggas thinking that I'm famous, that I'm slapping. Nigga, I'm erratic. Erdington Savage, yeah, you call this modern warfare. When we double tap it, clicking and clacking, burning through the jacket. Yeah, I'm back and I'm attacking. Now I ain't capping. Real life rapping, switch it up and got it cracking. Get you vanished from a napping. Bare nerves racking. Ramming, carjacking, call it life plan sacking. Yeah, the Cali's in the air now. Got the tracking. 2017 bricks, still put the packing. Pop, passing, catch you lacking with my cannon. Birmingham assassin, yeah, burning with my passion. Gangster in the morning, gangster in the evening, gangster in the morning, gangster in the evening, gangster in the morning, gangster in the evening, gangster all the time. Gangster in the morning, gangster in the evening, gangster in the morning, gangster in the evening, gangster in the morning, gangster in the evening, gangster all the time. Can't walk around the hood, but I'm good round. I was down and out, but I'm good now. I saw my last check, thinking good frown. So much drip around my neck, yeah, I could drown. This is torn like a new phone. Yeah, I'm in the news.
Let's catch a ball for us, innit?
For the new home. Stop torn like a new phone. Yeah, I'm in the new zone. Just roll the zoo for the root home. Gangster in the morning, gangster in the evening, gangster in the morning, gangster in the evening, gangster in the morning, gangster in the evening,
You're the man of the school. Them ones are a lot cheaper though.
Shout out Mickey, my breath.
New bands, rap got me feeling like a new man. Same idea, new plan. I got it popping, I ain't even have to shoot, man. They don't do road or do gang, that's why it's peak when the truth lands. That's why it's deep when the truth speaks. Did it in a year, 14 days, I'm on a 2 week. My flows are too unique. 4 AM, I'm cooking up new beats. Who's pushing like me? Can't get stupid like me. Leave the beat or stop it like me. 6 figures on my new white tees. Right, please listen to me, white tees. Until you clean your peace, you will never find peace. Who am I to speak? Fuck it, who am I to preach? Need a new piece, a new timepiece. Used to hit the motorway to find themes. Flashing lights on when I hit the studio. I made a mic bleed. Can't stop until my mind's free. I can't believe they're making mix type beats. It makes my knees quite weak. Shit, they even trying to speak like me. They ain't deep like me. They ain't street like me. I don't even wanna be like me. Now they go to YouTube and type me. Hope it like me, that's highly unlikely. I think I'm rich in my new Nike. New topic, don't copy if you can't buy it free. But you just wanna be that young fly G before you buy weed. The runners gotta run it by me. Ain't no one in the game that's coming like me. Cook it straight out the oven like me. All they say is that how you're coming, my G. I just think I'm fuck shit when I'm burning my trees. Cause I'm sick of seeing runners and fiends. Now I'm running my team. As the labels ain't nobody stopping like me. Don't make me get good on my jeans. I just sell songs and never gonna buy meat. So let me fly, please. This life's deep, so let me catch a flight, please. Let me smoke my weed. New money so clean, same routine. That's your signature for peace and never gonna sign me. On my blocks where you'll find me. You could never be like me. Can't believe they making mix type beats. It makes my knees quite weak. Shit ain't even try to speak like me. They ain't deep like me. They ain't street like me. I don't even wanna be like me. Can't believe they making mix type beats. It makes my knees quite weak. Shit ain't even trying to speak like me. They ain't deep like me. They ain't street like me. Catch me dipping in the go-kart, gotta go home or go hard. Everything I touch so hard, natural, now they wanna quote art. Got me wishing on my own stars, I just wish I dealt my own cards. Or maybe I did, God, get it how we live, no one to blame for this shit. And that's the craziest shit. Got me thinking about my life while I'm blazing my split. No makeup, my bitch, that is big legit. Got me acting a prick, I feel broken and rich. I might go for a bit and let them use my flows for a bit. I just speak the truth, I never hope for a hit. Now them old as a piss, cause I stepped in with smoke on my hip. I got bros on my chain and half a brick of coke on my wrist. I could have my phone going sick, shot was colder than shit. I made up.
Big Z-Pop. Look, should've got back to you when I'm on tour. Instead I'm on the twos right now, my Zango. The reception's poor. I'll call you a bang with no, it's cool. I see you at court. Got back in my actual bag, that's why I'm on hospital for. Yeah, look. Can you believe they put me on basic? Still got the DJ pulled me last week. That's why my favorite. If you ever want to jump on me, I'll be there on the view with the place waiting. Yeah. Put money in your bag when you went on vacation. But the land is smelling like flavor. I my neighbor. Could've one day I'm gonna be famous like Prince Harry and football players. Yeah,
no point.
I'm gonna put my government name in the papers. But my mom don't see, don't take it, delicate heart and break it.
You know it's funny, because my exact words was, if you left it in the school,
we might go wild if I bust this
finish it, he's gonna go up by tomorrow.
Should've got back when
Probably not,
morning. Spent him on the cycle bus on the way to the pool at 8 in the morning. Yeah, bought that V. I need to say something important. Judge said that I'm looking at life. I hope it don't make things awkward. Yo, why you quiet? Why you not talking? I hear a cut. Send a young boy to the D, no Abba, toy, no touch, no nice like Packer. Under my coat, that's a brand new whack. Man, grab it and kick it like Kaka. Spent more than 5 years in the cell. They had a young boy in the slammer. All of my niggas do murders and robberies. I'm from where the Rob Juice and Tim. Don't need no central diss. Gang union, no, I'm a gangster, just got a play for so hard for
What's that, Bailey's?
Don't put no ice.
Have you saw they got a new one, apple crumble flavor, isn't it?
He
said it.
For the fifth. Don't know the things that matter. Don't know the things that matter. Too much gag and grab, too much stab it, dig it, twist it, ride it, too much bang it, stab it. Damn, I wanna do rap, too much tap, the ting go add up, ride around town, window black, move back for the ting go crack. That beat tell me she on me, I'm like Benny back for my doggy, I just bought 1,000 grams in the clap. Pack going up, blow black party, I can't get facts for my gun. All the doing that you, my charger, you, my charger. 60 shots, pagan, so it's the big combination, treats it different. In tune, girl, I'm drilling, you know what, I'm a they do it, mommy's kitchen. I'm a young boy, carry this whack. You know that get caught slipping. No one stab it, dig it, twist it. Then I'm probably gonna leave it. No comment, no snitching, no face, I don't wanna go prison. Been there, I don't wanna go back. I lost so much time in the system. I used to get all the pain in night, but don't bring me on that prison. Me out in the rain, I know they're gonna call my name when I'm missing. Don't know the things that matter. Too much gagging drama, too much stabbing, digging, twisted, riding.
You know what? I trained from
damn, I wanna do rap. Too much cat, the ting don't add up.
And I've been eating junk from Friday. Friday, yo, I need a detox right on Monday.
Tomorrow I'm going to
But I've been feeling it.
yeah, I have to. What do you say?
You see, you eat continuous junk, you just feel like you're gonna sleep all day.
Yeah,
sleep all day.
It's true.
All right, shalom. This is I.S.U.P.K on the ends. All right, we're gonna get started right now. Takes Brenda. All right, man. So this is I.S.U.P.K on the ends, man. You know, we got a lot to get into, lots of articles, videos, and lots of many things that are relevant. So I'll put the info in the chat as well. So, you know, if you want to call in on the end, you know, you can, man. I'll put it right here. Give me a second. If it's not on, bear with me. Sure. So yeah, it's at the bottom of the screen right here. So you can call that number right there, and you can be on the end, man. if there's something you want to say and it's relevant and it makes sense, then you can be on the ends as well, man.
Right.
So first I want to start off with, man, the guy that made Friday what it is, man, Debo, man.
Mm-hmm.
Debo, he died today, man. Debo, man. Big Debo, you know what I mean?
Cool.
When he's on the bike and hear the dum dum, he died today, man. So we're gonna play a clip from the film Friday. With this film, it done wonders, man. And they didn't even spend a lot on this film. Right. They were broke. And the concept, it was that good and that relatable that basically with this film in its time, it became number one, man. We showed you that us as blacks and Hispanics, we don't need much, man.
Right.
With the oppressor, he needs the sci-fi, the graphics, and like all the things like that. All what we need is reality, man.
Right.
And with our reality, we can go to number one in the film industry, man. So I'm gonna screen share this, man. You know what I mean? It was rough to hear, but we all have to die one day, I guess, man. I'm not laughing at it. You know what I mean? But it happens to all of us. So I'm gonna screen share this. Bear with me 1 second. All right. You know what I mean? This is the famous scene, man. Let's run that.
The uppercut. Ooh,
Oh, pull it back. Right. We're gonna bring it back.
His chain.
What chain?
Yeah, what chain?
Give it up, Red.
Come on, Debo, Starling out.
Well, you got my 40, homie. I don't have nothing. Yeah, you got something. Why you tripping, Debo? Shut up, or I'll knock your ass out.
Oh, man, that's messed up. What you getting back his chain?
What chain?
Yeah, what chain?
Hey, man, why y'all didn't help me?
Man, I'm high.
Man, that's fucked up, man. If it was y'all, I would have helped y'all.
What about the time he tried to choke me and smoke backyard?
Yeah.
There you have it, man. You know what I mean? Rest in peace, man. You know what I mean? Rise. Of course, you know what I mean? He'll be back, man.
Right.
He'll be back. Yeah, man. That's been going around. So you know what I mean? If you are a youngster out there and you never watched it, you should watch it, man. You know what I mean? For Friday from 1992, man.
Right.
And guess what? That film, you can even watch it right now, man. Cool. It's relatable to the ends, whether it's the West Coast, the East Coast, the UK, cool. Whether it's Amsterdam, Rotterdam, Jamaica, Trinidad, wherever we are, you know what I mean? Anyone can relate to that, man. It's the people just on the ends, man. People with, you know what I mean, just, they haven't really got much. And guess what, man? With that film, it's relatable to every black and Hispanic, man.
Right.
So I just wanted to get that out the way. Now, I want to get into a video first. This is from the World Cup from 1986, man. Now, I believe you know where this is about to go in it.
Right.
You know what I mean? What's his name? Maradona. You know what I mean? For those of you that don't know, England was in the World Cup for finals in 1986. And this man here, what team did he play for? Argentina. He made them win. And really it was an handball, but the referee, he said that it was a goal in. And then now, you know what I mean? Guess what? England hates his guts, man. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not being rude. I don't know why. They believe that if that did not happen, England would have won the World Cup, man. And let me tell you something. England does not win any World Cup, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? England don't get close, man. Even if the handball did not happen England wouldn't have won anyway, man. Look at like if Maradona's hand didn't score that goal, we would have won. No, you wouldn't, man. You would have lost anyway, man. What's that song? It's coming home. Listen, man. Football's never coming home, man.
Right.
One thing what England needs to accept is you're not good at football, man.
Right.
Even in England, all of the best guys you have, they're not from England, man.
Right.
They're from Jamaica. They're from the West Indies. But someone born on English land, someone of a, white English descent, they're not good, man. On the scale of the earth, they can't stand up, man. They can't match. And that's something England needs to accept, man. Guess what? It's not coming home, man. You might want to find a brand new song, man. But yeah, let's get into that.
How I am technological super intelligence.
Bear with me. It's got advert. But yeah, England ain't winning nothing. So we're gonna get into this video first. Then we got an article next, and I want you to understand this. While everyone says it's in the past, have in mind this is from 1986, man, and they can't forgive this, man. You know what everyone says. You gotta love, forgive, and a man who he made you lose in a game. England could never ever forgive this man, man.
Right.
Even in death, England could not forgive this man right here. So that's why whenever someone says to you, forgive, man, it's in the past, you bring this up, man. England hates Maradona from 1986, man, and they can't let it go. But we're going to show you the video first, then we're going to get into the article as well, man. All right, let's get that up.
I found little space in this contest.
It's not true of that particular chair at the moment, but certainly it's been true of the England team. Haven't seen that much of Hodge or Trevor Stephen. Maradona just walked away from Hoddle then. Maradona, Hodge and Maradona! They're appealing for offside. The ball came back off the foot of Steve Hodge, and Maradona gives Argentina the lead. The England players protesting to the referee. But the little man who started it by walking past Glenn Hoddle, that's where the ball came from Hodge. Maradona had continued the run forward. And the goal is given. At what point was he offside? Or was it a use of the hand that England are complaining about?
Join 888 Casino today and play with £88 for free.
Man, and that's it right there, man. And now that's the video right there, man. And from what happened there, England could not forgive this man right here. England, after all them years, hated him.
Right.
So now with the article we're about to read, I want you to think about this. While all the time people say, forgive, man, it's in the past. You're talking about something 400 years ago. You couldn't forgive a man over a game over, how long? About 40 years ago, man. You couldn't forgive a man over a football game, man. What England has done to black people has been horrific. And you can't even forgive a man over a game, man. A man over a game. And yet got the nerve to tell black people, forget about slavery, man. Forget about lynchings, whippings, castrations. You mean to forget about all of them things. And you can't forgive a man over a game. It's a game, man. It's a sport. Meanwhile, you rape women, whips black men's backs raw, and tell us to forget. And you couldn't forget about a game, man. A game that happened in 1986, man. A game that happened in 1986 You could not forgive this man. So let's get into the.
So if I could,
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, oh yeah, if I could, like, this is a football game, like, you know what I mean? He didn't kill nobody. He didn't commit no crime against anybody. He didn't commit genocide against the people. He just handballed in a football game. You know what I mean? And that's how they take it so seriously, and they still treat us like that. But when we talk about things that are actually worth acknowledging, like slavery and our oppression, they want to say we should forget about it, but they can't forget something happened in a little football game. You understand?
That's right. And then now that makes sense. So now really, when they say to us, forget about the past, what they mean is just shut up.
Right.
I don't want to hear this, man. Meanwhile, over a game from 1986, you could not forgive this man. So we're gonna get into the article right now, man. So we can read it, or you want the link? I'll send you the link. Yeah.
Right. So Maradona, why the English can't let go of the hand of God and Latin Americans love it?
So now with the goal that he scored with his hand, it's called the hand of God. You know what I mean? That's the name that they have for it. You know what I mean? And he won. He got away with it. And you know what hurts me the most? White people, they've been unfair for so long.
Right.
And in a game, he was unfair and they hate him, man. Look at Black Life. Black Life is a white man being unfair, man.
Right.
You don't get that job because he's unfair.
Right.
You mean we live in some rundown apartments because he's unfair? And the moment one of us win and it was unfair, yes, in the game, really, you ain't meant to use your hands. But guess what, man? Just make him have it, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's been oppressed by your people for so long. You can't even let him have that, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Black life is unfair. And the moment something unfair happens unto you, we can't forgive him, man. Maradona, that cheater, that this, that. When meanwhile, Black life has always been unfair. Right. And guess what? You've been benefiting, man. This is only a World Cup, man.
That's right.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Once that one was done, there's been many more. And you couldn't even let him have that, man. You are unfair to us every day. And the moment someone is unfair unto you, all of a sudden now you're bawling, man. You're moaning, you're weeping, and you never ever think about how unfair you've been to black people, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even that game there, you should look at it and go, well, to be honest, we have oppressed him for so long. You know what? Make him have it, man.
Right.
But you're so up your own ass that we can't even have that, man.
Right.
Read on.
The death of the greatest player in the history of the game of association football, Diego Armando Maradona, on November 25th, produced an outpouring of grief and nostalgia around the world. He was such an important figure in his native Argentina that the president declared 3 days of mourning.
There's now in his homeland, he's reverenced, and when he died, they gave people 3 days off, man. You know what I mean? That's how much he is respected in his homeland.
Right.
Read on.
In England, though many have praised his skill and achievements, his death has provided an opportunity to dig up the old humbug about the hand of God goal.
And there you go, man. Even when he's dead, England's bringing up the hand of God gold, man.
Right.
He's dead. Forget about it, man.
Right.
Isn't that what you say to us?
God.
It's in the past. Forget about it, man.
Right. That's right.
So why can't you forget about the hand of God, man?
God.
Why can't you let why can't you just accept that you lost in 1986 and just get over it, man?
Right.
Get over it. No one's holding you down. You're England, man. You got millions. You can play in the World Cup next time, man. And look, when he died in the UK, everyone was talking about he's a cheater, man. That hand of God, that handball, even in his death, man.
Right.
Which shows you that England doesn't forget nothing. Our oppressor doesn't forget nothing, man.
Right.
And then you, as a black man, they want you to forget everything, man. In your ears, forget slavery, man. It's in the past. You know what I mean? Come on. You're talking about something 400 years ago. You wasn't there. But let me tell you something. You wasn't on the pitch in 1986, man.
Right.
You wasn't on the pitch. So what? So why are you upset, man? Why are you upset? You know what I mean? You wasn't on the pitch in 1986. Some of you know what I mean? You wasn't even around in 1986. So why are you on about him for, man?
Right.
Why are you whinging about this man when a lot of us, we wasn't even alive when that game even happened, man? Read that.
At the 1986 World Cup, which involved Maradona, Maradona's first essential knocking the ball into the England's goal. For some, even in death, Maradona was still the cheat who could not be forgiven.
And there, man, England cannot forgive this man. He's a cheat. He's a bloody cheat. I can't forgive this man. And now, why are we bringing this out? Because England loves to say forgive, man. Slavery in the past, forgive, man. Yes, you know what I mean? The British Empire has done many things, but, it wasn't a bad history, man. The people that we done it to, they got to learn to forgive. And you can't forgive Maradona over a football game from 1986. Let me tell you something, man. England is guess what? This country, England, they lie, man.
Right.
They lie. Why? Because why they say that unto you, they don't mean it, man.
That's right.
England does not mean it. Why? Because you can't forgive a man over a football game, man. You know what I mean? Let's not talk about what happened to us, man. The lynchings, castrations, the rapings. And you can't forgive Maradona over the World Cup of 1986. Then guess what? You should not forgive them, man. Right. If they can't forgive him over the World Cup of 1986, then look, black man, you can't forgive England for what they've done to you for 400 years. God.
That's right. If I could say something, Captain,
go ahead.
What you're saying is powerful, you know what I'm saying? And looking at it, understanding that he's a Latin American as well, you know what I'm saying? It's the fact that they stole and raped, robbed and pillaged the land and only gave them a piece of the land that belongs to them. They're still on their continent and saying, oh, America belongs to us. Take their land and say, oh, now we own the land, you know what I'm saying? Give you a little bit of the land. And then now that the people look back now and say in the past, oh, use like rape, rob and pillage just for our land. And then when we turn back and look and say, oh, you took the land, but you can't forgive them for taking a little football goal.
There you go.
It's the same thing, you know what I'm saying? And it's that's the irony of it, you know what I'm saying? The bigger picture is you stole, rape, robbed and pillaged the whole people, but you're complaining about one little piece of game.
Right.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
That's lucky if I could as well.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, like, it's so heavy what the trip is bringing up because, you know what I mean? Like, in Argentina, South Americans, right? In his native land, obviously you have different ethnic groups within Argentina, right? And you got the Paisas, which are like the white Europeans, and then you have the natives like this brother here, Maradona, right? And these are the natives of the land. And meanwhile, that trip just brought up, man, these Edomites, these Caucasians in Argentina today, you got the rich living the wealth of the land, living good. Those are the white people in there, the Paisas, as they might say. You understand? And these Edomites today benefit greatly off of the destruction of the natives, of the Tainos in South America and his people. And they living good off of it. Their children are living very well. And one little game, one little soccer game, when you kick one goal, you know what I mean? Not even not even a whole season or a whole a career of doing things. It's one little goal. It's in a little game. It don't mean nothing. What does that mean? You understand? These people, and this is what everyone must understand. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans must understand is that the white man is the devil. You understand?
That's right.
That's what we must understand is that you cannot put your trust in these people. No matter where you go, they will always look to fault you, even no matter how little and petty it may be. But it's like,
Nah, and like I mean, what you said is right, man. Imagine this: they've oppressed us for 100 years, got rich of us, and one goal it grieves them that that England can't let it go, man.
right.
The hand of God. And let me tell you something. After that game was done, England got richer, and they still can't let it go. Which shows you this, man. If England can't forgive him, then why should we forgive England, man?
Right.
Why should we let things be in the past when England does not do the same?
Right.
England can't let a game go from 1986. Read on.
Yet it was precisely his refusal to recognize the presumed superiority of the Englishman, flailing before him at that gave joy to millions worldwide.
And look at that, man. Meaning they want him to bow down to them, man.
Right.
They want him to respect them because they're from England.
Right.
And he didn't, man. Let me tell you something. Ain't nothing great about England, man.
Right.
Listen, we live here.
That's right.
And limit is cold, it's dull, it's grey. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing great about Britain, man. You know what I mean? Everyone gives you this great Britain. Let me tell you something. Ain't nothing great, man.
Right.
We're in a country where you can park your cars on the curb. Do you know that? You know what I mean? That's only over here. In any other country, the curb and the pavement is for the people to walk. You know what I mean? So people are like, England is so great. Listen, man, he didn't care, man.
Right.
He wanted to win. And guess what? He did what you did. And guess what? It's called not be fair, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? He done the same thing. You ain't fair. He wasn't fair. And guess what? He won that game, man.
Right.
Accept it. Take it, man. Just like how black people, we've had to take your abuse for over 400 years, man.
That's right.
You take that loss, man. And then guess what? Be happy about it too, man. Forgive, man. Forgive. That's what you say to us, right? Innit?
Right.
But guess what, man? You lost that game. You lost the World Cup of 1986. Forgive him, man.
Right.
Forgive, man. You know what I mean? You wasn't in the game. You wasn't on the pitch. So why are you angry?
Right.
And that's the problem. Those are lies that are fed in the minds of black people, man.
Right.
They don't believe that. And if you think I'm lying, you know what I mean? We are talking about it right now, man. It is a game. Let me tell you something. It is a game, man. It's a game.
Right.
Black people being whipped was reality, man.
That's right.
Black people getting hanged and lynched and back whipped. That was a reality. And if you can't forgive a man over a game, then why should I forgive white people for what they done to black people in real life, man?
That's right.
Reader.
The inability of a few in England to move on from that goal.
And look, they can't even move on from that goal, man.
Right.
In this article right here, with the writer, he's admitting that, guess what? With the Englishman, he can't even let it go, man.
Right.
He can't let it go like, well, you know, it's 1986. You know, obviously now, you know what I mean? It was back then. An Englishman cannot let that go.
Right.
Reader.
So like the inability of a few in England to move on from that goal speaks to the historical processes that underpin Britain's relationship with Latin America. So like, which in my research I have characterized as a combination of culture, capital, and commerce that formed an informal empire from the mid-19th to the early 20th century.
Mm-hmm. No sweat. Is there any more on that, or don't want to read it all out?
It goes into the history of the football.
But yeah, I got you. No, that might be it. You know what I mean? I know that in the article it goes into something else as well. But guess what? The point is made, man.
Right.
England cannot forgive this man over a game, over a sport, and then they want you to forgive over reality, man.
Right.
You mean like how does that work? You can't forgive someone over a game, and then black people must forget over what happened, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? One thing I always want everyone to understand: when you read a book, imagine that was someone's life, man.
Right.
When you read in a history book about someone's back being whipped, think about their pain, man.
Right.
When you read in history about black women being raped, imagine her crying her eyes out, man.
Right.
That's reality. And if you can't forgive a man over a game, then I cannot forgive you, man.
That's right.
I can't let you go.
Salakia, Captain. There's a scripture about that in it, about how Edom stay when it comes to letting things go. And just even a little bit says that even if there were grapes, you understand, they'll go back for the grapes.
That's right.
That were on the floor. You know what I'm saying?
That's right,
yeah.
That's right.
They're very greedy people, you know what I mean? They come and let people have a little something, you know what I mean? A little piece of a game, which you handballed it into the goal. All right, let it go, you know what I mean? What have you been doing for the past 450 years? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There you go, man.
That's all I gotta say.
No. And let me tell you something, man. That is right and on point, man. You know what I mean? They've been robbing us for hundreds of years, and you can't let a man have a game. Let me tell you something. The World Cup don't mean nothing, man.
That's right.
A trophy. You know what I mean? That's nothing. And you're so hungry and all about yourself. You couldn't let a slave have that, man.
Right.
Like, no. You know what I mean? If he never done that, we would have won. Let me blow your mind. If he never done that, he would have won anyway, man.
Right.
I'm gonna blow your mind. England is shit at football, man.
Right.
I said it, man. It's not coming home, man. It's listen, it ain't coming home again, man. Imagine this. England only won the World Cup once. You got many people, they've won the World Cup many times. England has only won the World Cup once, man. It's not coming home, man.
Right.
It's gonna go everywhere else except England, man.
That's right.
That's where it's going. Right, let's
Lucky if I could.
yeah, go ahead.
Also, with that same football match, England also likes to talk about, Maradona cheated, he cheated, but they never talk about how he ran through their whole team, man. When he scored the other goal. See if that clip's on there. That one should be on there. Maradona ran through their whole team. They don't talk about that goal. They talk about, he cheated. Just look at the skill of all these players who ain't from England. They're levels ahead. Like I think it was the 2002 World Cup, Ronaldinho buried David Seaman with a free kick, man.
Oh,
and
that's
David
right.
Seaman hurt his back. His back was hurting, man. And what did they have to do with Ronaldinho after that? Give him a red card. And when you look at who's the greatest football players in the world, only Israelites is in the race. It's either Pele, Maradona, Ronaldinho. When is it Ronaldo, the real Ronaldo?
That's right.
R9, that Ronaldo. It's them.
Right.
They're in the race for who's the greatest footballer of all time.
That's right.
The whole world knows that Michael Owen ain't in there.
Right.
Even though Michael Owen's got the resources to train properly, he's still not one of the greatest ever, man.
That's right.
David Beckham, he's got the resources to train properly, but he's still not mentioned in the greatest of all time.
Right.
Which lets you know, even though we're poor, we still have the skill set and everything, man, which comes from the Lord.
That's right.
You can give them all the millions in the world, but David Beckham still ain't going to be better than Ronaldinho, man.
That's right.
Even though Ronaldinho came from a slum somewhere in Brazil. And guess what? Every English player, and also it lets you know how Esau twists his history, man. Because he would make out like Maradona is such a disgusting person and how the world should hate Maradona. And Maradona is a cheat that failed the drugs test that got sent home from the World Cup. That's what they will tell you. But when you look at the Argentinians, guess what? They had 3 days of mourning for him, man. Which lets you know Esau just shows you the side that he wants to show you. And this is why when you're researching things, you need to research the whole history.
That's right.
You're sitting down listening to white people and saying, well, the white man's the real Jew. It's because you're listening to what he's telling you, man.
That's right.
Do the proper research and the proper history,
Right.
and you'll find that Maradona was a good man and the white man's the devil, man.
That's right.
But if you listen to Gary, whatever his name is, those people that do match of the day, they're going to tell you Maradona cheated and it was the hand of God. And listen, man,
one thing about football, don't blame Maradona, man. Blame the referee.
Right.
Blame the linesman. It's their job to watch out, man.
That's right.
And they said this is a goal, so it's a goal.
It's a goal, man. It's a goal. Take it. All right, I got the video you was looking for.
Now we're going to show you Maradona. Listen, we're going to do some commentary on this as well.
That's right.
Do the commentary on it as well.
Right, let's run this.
You get me? This goal right here, this one's called the foot of God. That's what we call it. This one's called the foot of God.
That's right. Right, let's run that.
Ahí la tiene Maradona, lo marcan dos, pisa la pelota Maradona, arranca por la derecha el genio del fútbol mundial y deja el tercer gato que para Borruchaga siempre Maradona, genio,
Did you see the foot of God right there?
That's right.
Listen, man. The foot of God ran through the whole English team, man.
That's right.
He ran through the whole English team. And what did Argentina say? Goal Azul? Is that whatever that means? Whatever is goal Azul, man. His replay that goal one more time. Listen, we gotta show him run through the whole English squad one more time, man. It's coming home now, man. Maradona showed, man.
ahí la tiene
From the
Maradona,
half, before the halfway line, you know.
arranca por la derecha el genio
Look at
del
that
fútbol
slow
mundial.
Englishman there. Look at that one there. Look at that one there.
To the fact that the Lord chose blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man.
That's
You
right.
know what I mean? We are superior to them, man. Even though we come from the slums and the poor, the ghettos and the barrios and all the reservations, you understand, across the Americas, all that we come from, all that we struggle with, we are still better than them. And we are physically better than them. Usain Bolt, you know, Maradona, you name it, man. You understand? We are physically better than them. We're physically more superior to them. But yet they want to put us down and say that we're the animals and we're the savages. But meanwhile, they're the ones who had to be taught how to wash themselves and bathe themselves. They're the ones that came from the cliffs of the rock.
Right.
And they're the savages and the wild beasts of the earth that slaughter everybody and take for themselves and that are full of pride. But the Lord, this is only testament to who we are as a people, man. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans are God's chosen people, man. You understand?
That's right. Yeah.
En la corrida de Morales, en la jugada de todos los tiempos, arriba de cógico, y que también movimiento, para dejar el caído capitán, para que el país se opulle apretado, gritando por Argentina, Argentina 2, Inglaterra 0.
Let's think back about, you know, if he never done the hand of God, he would have won. What's the score right there, man? I wasn't in the mic, so no one hear me. Listen, England would have lost anyway. You know what I mean? What's the score right there? Argentina 2, England 0, man.
Right.
You would have lost anyway, man. You're talking about the hand of God. Listen, he didn't need the hand of God, man.
That's right.
He didn't need the hand of God, man. As what Dongobal said, he had the foot of God, man.
Right.
He had the foot of God, man. And look at the results already, man. You know what England's doing? It's called excuse, man. It's called excuses, man.
Right.
So you want to chat rubbish about, you know, if you never done the handball, you know what I mean? We would have won. No, you wouldn't, man.
Right.
Look at the score already. You are losing, man. And accept it. I believe that's it on the video. Quick skim through. Yeah, that's it on the video.
So like if I could, and you see this match there, it gives English fans PTSD, man. You see when they see that, they get PTSD,
That's
man.
right.
And that's why they're so upset about it. What happened? What about 34 years ago? 1986. About 34 years ago, man. That happened 34 years ago.
and they're still mad at Maradona till this day. And guess what? England ain't won a World Cup since, man.
Right.
England last won the World Cup in what, 1966. And that's the one trophy they got. And they keep bragging about it. And every year, these English drunks go and fight after football matches. Fight, get drunk, fight, get drunk. England should be banned from the World Cup, man.
That's right.
The people in Britain are violent, man.
That's right.
They can't even go and enjoy a game in peace. You mean to tell me Maradona scored, all right, what they say is a handball, and they're mad at him till this day. Afterwards, they said he was an alcoholic, he was a drug abuser. And the thing is, if he was all these things, he still ran through your whole team, man.
Right.
That's right.
That says more about your team than him.
And if you can add, you know what? That should actually hurt more.
Right.
That a man who's an alcoholic beat you, man. You're not an alcoholic, and you made an alcoholic beat you. That hurts. Like, all right, imagine this. You mean you are in the gym boxing, and a man that does not box beat you in a fight. That hurts more. Like, you're like, shit, like, I'm in the gym hitting the bag heavy, you know him, and a guy who doesn't hit the bag beat me in a fight. So likewise, if he's some alcoholic, an alcoholic beat you, man. An alcoholic ran through your team, and that should hurt more, man.
That's right.
That should hurt even more. But on the back of that, who seen what happened? Who saw what happened to Demba Ba? You know what I mean? If anyone knows.
Who's that?
It might be me. No. Suck it. Demba Ba. A football player. All right. What happened was, it was in a game. I'm not sure if it's him or someone who's a part of his team. With the lineman, you know, usually say like it's the number 6, the number 8.
Right.
It said the black one.
Damn.
And then now with Demba Ba, he lost his mind, man. And he confronted him, and it caused a bit of an uproar on the pitch. You know what I mean? So we're gonna get into that. I believe it was Istanbul, which is a Turkish team, man. And let me tell you something. See, a lot of people don't understand this because in England, with the Turks, you're not really around them.
Right.
But if you go to their homeland, they are racist, man.
That's right.
The Turks hate black people, man.
Right.
I'll give you some history. With the Turks, they are the founders of the Ottoman Empire. Does anyone know what the Ottoman Empire is?
They took over the land. Yeah, they took over. They came from the north, right? Came from the north of Georgia, Russia, I believe, if I'm correct. And they went down they fought against the Mongolians, and they took over a certain period of land. But then they also took over that region, which you call Turkey today, and they conquered a lot of lands, and they were very powerful to a point. But that's basic knowledge of them.
Okay, I'll help you out. With the Ottoman Empire, you mean when it comes to the religion of Islam, it got big, and basically it was white people that was following the Islamic faith, basically, and then they had their own empire called the Ottoman Empire, and they even beat some Arab empires as well. And you know what I mean now. And guess what, man? With that landmass there, Istanbul, that was a part of the Ottoman Empire, and even till this day, they do follow the Islamic faith, but it's very weird though. They're allowed to eat certain things that, like, the regular Islam guy would not eat, man. They even get tattoos. You know what I mean? Which in the standard Islam is wrong, man.
Right.
So they follow a different sect. So now, you know what I mean? With the Turks, they were a part of the Ottoman Empire, and you can research it. The Ottoman Empire was racist, man.
Right.
They hated black people, and if you think I'm lying, you know it's researchable info, man.
Right.
You can look it up yourself. So let's share this video, man. Let's get into it. Let's see what Demba Ba said, man. Yeah. Now, okay, I want to make this clear first. He is a Hamite, but I'm making a point.
Right.
You know what I mean? I know he's a Hamite. You know, some people think is he Israelite? No, he's not, man. But I'm making a point. So let's play this. Suck it. Put on the speaker. Baby, 1 second.
Same race. Same good race. I know French very well. Now you have a season stamp. Now you have a season stamp.
I don't think we've ever seen anything like this in the Champions League.
Now you have a season stamp. Bravo.
Not involving match officials. Looks like the 40-year-old referee might need a bit of help here, deciding what decision to take and how they go forward.
Right. Okay. So I'll just give you the background on it. What happened was they was in a game, and with the lineman, he said the black one, and obviously with Demba Ba, he was upset. Like, what do you mean, man? You don't call him the black one. You call him by the shirt. You know what I mean? Number 11, number 8, number whatever. You don't say the black one. So of course he got angry. Okay, the guy in the bright shirt, that's the lineman right there. He's the one that said the black one. So he talked to him like, what are you on about, man? And they're trying to act innocent, like all I meant was the black one. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude. When you don't call people like that, man. You don't. You say, you know what I mean, it was number 11, the captain, or whatever the case may be. You don't say the black one.
The fourth official is explaining the linguistics involved.
And it's like in the green coat, that is Demba Ba right there, man.
He's pointing out that he's indicating to the referee which assistant is causing the problem and which one should get the red card.
Right. I'm gonna skip some time sake. I'll stop here. So now the game basically stopped because of what happened. Because obviously he was not happy, man. So now let's get into the article. I'm actually saying this. So now, for those of you that don't know, you know, here's an article from the famous John Barnes, man. Now, who remembers John Barnes from something else? Would anyone like to have a guess? Who remembers something that happened this year and John Barnes defended someone again, man? Who remembers?
Wasn't it the riot thing? Not the riot. Sorry, you know, during lockdown when the boy was carrying the white man on the shoulder. Was it him?
No, not that. Oh. There was something that happened this year, and John Barnes defended that man too, man.
There was a net spreader, the one with the that wears the hat and he's got a bald head. He defended him as well, innit? The one in.
No.
Sure, it was Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson, man. Liam Neeson. For those of you that, you know, you might have forgot, what happened was he had a friend and she was a white girl, and she said that she got raped by a black man, and then in an interview he goes, he had a weapon on him and was looking for any black CUNT to have a fight with. And of course, people said that is racist. And then here comes John Barnes. He's not racist. He's being honest. He's talking about a time in his life where he was upset. And that is racist, man.
Right.
How do you know the black man you're going to have the fight with How do you know it was him, man? You mean, why don't you get that person, man? But instead, you was walking around looking for any black man, man.
Right.
And then here came John Barnes, man, with his bounty self, man, with his chaka self. You know what I mean? Trying to defend him. Like, no, we're taking it the wrong way. So how am I meant to receive this information, man?
Right.
You mean, how am I meant to receive this info right here? And that's a problem, man. And likewise, with what happened with Demba Bar, he said the same thing, man.
Black is if I could.
Yeah, go ahead.
This brother, what's his name again?
John Barnes.
Yeah, John Barnes. Yeah, is he your brother? Is he actually?
Yeah,
your
he's yeah. It's from
Right.
the islands. Yeah.
The thing is about people like John Barnes and brothers and sisters like that who are too weak and too feeble-minded to understand who their oppressor is and what kind of spirit he has. If you look back into history, look at people like Emmett Till. Why was that brother killed? He was accused by a white woman that he whistled at her or he somehow offended her in some way.
Right.
And what did those devils do? Did they think to same like this incident that you just brought up about the white man who said he wanted to fight any black CUNT, right? Well, back in the time of Emmett Till, they literally went and slaughtered. You understand? They and in that time period, Salakia, you understand? They would have in many occasions they would have attacked like Tulsa, Oklahoma, attacked many brothers and many towns and villages full of black men and lynched many black men. You understand? Because of one accused of one brother did something. You understand? And people that are weak and feeble as this brother John Barnes, he can't understand that. So now he's gonna look at that and see. So now he's justifying Tulsa, Oklahoma. He's justifying what happened to Emmett Till, which these things are injustices that happened with this white man. White man does not see that it was one black guy that did something. No, what he does is he punches in our entire race for the price of one man. You understand?
That's right.
That's how this devil has always been and always operated in history and today. But a simpleton and a slave, only a slave could think in his mind that there's some kind of compassion or level of justice in the mind of a white man. You understand?
That's right.
That's the thing about people like John Barnes, man. They are cowards, man.
Right.
And they are sellouts, and they are the issue and the problem with blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. Too many sellouts have for too long have defended Massa and have allowed their people to suffer under the foot of these devils, man. But that's all I want to say.
That's right. I sent you the article as well. So yeah, now we're gonna get into what John Barnes had to say, man.
Right.
And it always gets worse, man. He's defending everybody. It's like as if he's afraid to lose his job or something.
Right.
Like where he believes if I don't defend him, I might get the sack.
Right.
And it's so stupid. Liam Neeson is racist, man. And you want to know something? He never even apologized, man.
Right.
Liam Neeson did go, I'm sorry, at one point in my life, I was trying to find any black man. He didn't say that. In his interview, he's saying it, and like, what? And then here comes John Barnes. We gotta respect him for it. Right. He's being honest. Nah, man. And let me tell you something, if he was in the wrong place, then black men would have bust his head, man. You know what I mean? He didn't know what he was doing, man. Liam Neeson was drunk, man. The Irish wine, man, it had way too much, man. It wouldn't have went the way how he thought it would go, man. And that's the problem. Just because you think that is what you want to do, it doesn't mean it's gonna happen, man.
Right.
You might want to hurt someone, and you might be the one that ends up hurt, man.
Okay, so the Sun, right? Not racist. John Barnes defends fourth official who called Istanbul Basaksehir coach the black one and insists it's not racist.
And that is racist, man.
Right.
You don't refer to a player as the black one. Right. They have numbers on the back of their shirt, man. Now, okay, if he's saying that's nothing to do with race, then you show me any time where an official has said the black one, man.
Right.
I can wait. And there's been thousands, millions of games, and no one never refers to a player as the black one. Never.
It's like if I could. You would never hear him say the white one or the Asian one or this one. You understand? Like even in that very game, I saw in the footage, there's other black or so-called black people on the footage and on the different teams. And how could you say the black one if let's just say, for example, let's just put it out there, if he was the only black player for both sides, he got more of an argument. But there was actually blacks on both sides of the teams.
There you go.
So it's not a very plausible argument, but so like. But John Barnes has defended the fourth official who allegedly referred to Istanbul Basakir assistant coach as the black one, insisting it was not racist. Let's see, Romanian official Sebastian Coltescu, whatever his name is, faces a 10-game ban after sparking a race row for his description of Istanbul number 2 peer Weibo that saw Tuesday's night's Champions League game.
So now for what he said, he's on a ban, man.
Right.
With that lineman, he's on a ban. And guess what? He deserves it, man.
Right.
You mean he knows better?
Right.
You know, one thing what people like to do, they like to lie for a racist. Well, you know, he's from a place where they don't see black people. So what? So what, man? I don't care where you're from. You know manners, man.
Right.
You know what to say. That is nonsense, man.
Right.
People love to say that, you know, but have in mind, you know, where he's from, black people ain't there. So he doesn't mean it. Listen, F all of that, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't see many people and still I know what to say.
Right.
So even that there, that is nonsense, man.
Right.
Wherever you are, you know what to say.
Right.
But guess what? He don't respect black people, man.
That's right.
He thinks, you know what I mean? You know what? I don't want to even look on the number on his shirts. It's just the black one, man.
Right.
And really, that's what it is, man.
God. And so, like, if I could, it's read right here. It says Cameroonian Weibo, whatever his name is, was initially shown a red card by ref Vidio, whatever, right? Hatakun after Colasol, singles him out for speaking out of the turn from the bench. Footage appears to show fourth official saying, "The black one over there, go and check who he is. The black one over there. It's not possible to act like that."
No. And you see it there. Now that's what he said, man.
Right.
The black one over there. You mean he's got a number on his shirt, man? You could say number 8, number 10, or whatever the case may be.
Right.
You do not need to refer to him as the black one. And you want to know how you know that it's a racist remark. First off, he was upset.
Right.
And you're referring to him as a black one, like, oh, listen, another one of those angry black guys, man. It's the black one over there, man. He is racist.
Right.
And the problem is, you know what I mean? They don't want to admit it, man.
That's right.
They don't want to accept it that this man is a racist.
God.
Reader.
Player protests were led by Istanbul sub and former Chelsea star Demba, and both teams walked off the field in solidarity with the abandoned game set to resume today at 5:55 p.m.
So now what happened was, because of the racial abuse that this man received, they walked off the pitch, man, and they did not play the game. Now, of course, this guy here, he's not one of us, man. But the point being is that our oppressor is racist, man.
Right.
He hates us so much that he'll even start to hate Africans that may have a dark skin like us, man.
Right.
His hate for us is that strong. Even hates people that are not us, man. And guess what? With them teams, they walked off the pitch, man.
Right.
They wasn't having it. And let me tell you something. England and like this support right here, it's always been racist, man. All over the world, if there's a player and he's black, what happens? They throw banana skins on the pitch, man. You mean it's like it's now when the ball is under him, they make the you mean, and then now when he hands it over to someone else, the noise just stops, man.
Right.
You mean this sport of football has always been a racist sport.
Right.
And you know what's funny about it? Black people, we make it while it is, man.
That's right.
You mean the best on the pitch are always Israelites.
God.
Michael Owen, you know what I mean? He's gone, man. He's redundant now, man.
Right.
What's the other one? Wayne Rooney. You know what I mean? Forget about him. He's an alcoholic, man. He can't play no games, man. You know what I mean? We make football great. And then while they love it when we make them win, deep down they hate us, man.
Right.
And that's always been the problem that we have. We fight for a people that don't love us, man.
God.
We help a people that don't love us.
That's right.
Reader.
God. So this is from John Barnes, right? Alongside images of the Istanbul coaching staff, Barnes wrote, "Here is the coaching staff at Istanbul. One of them is going to be sent off." And the ref asked the fourth official which one should be sent off. Okay, so this is his quote, right? "Can anyone tell me how he should identify him, as he doesn't know their names, and they aren't wearing numbers other than the black one?" The former England international added, "It's not racist to describe the offender as the black one."
And listen, that is racist, man.
God.
You mean in this day and age, what is a famous phrase that people like to say? I don't see color. So now remember now, you say that. So why would you call him the black one?
Right.
If allegedly you don't see color, you know, everyone loves that. I don't see race. I see people.
God.
So then why did you call him the black one then? Man?
Right.
Reader.
And this is more of his quote. It says, "We are telling people to call us black. He doesn't know his name. There are 6 to 7 coaches standing together, all Turkish. One is to be sent off, and the ref says which one, the black one. What else can he say? Let the ref know. To let the ref know."
What do you mean? He can say the number on his back, man.
No, it's like he said.
He can say his team.
Right.
And also that's a lie. On the video, they had numbers on the back. We just watched the video.
Right.
And they had numbers on their back. So John Barnes doesn't know what he's talking about, man.
Yeah,
I bet he wasn't even watching the game, man.
Right.
Too busy having sex with his white woman, man.
Right.
He didn't even watch the game, man.
That's right.
So all right, let's get into something else, man. This is the weak waste man, Sir Ara, who we spoke about last week, man. If for those of you that don't know, on the end last week, he was in a video talking about when someone says that they run the ends, you know what I mean? They don't run anything. And to show how dumb he is, all right, now I'm gonna ask you something. When a man says that he runs the ends, what does he mean?
It's like, if I could, he means that he's like in charge. I mean, on the streets wise, when you say run the ends, that means that street wise, you're in charge of the mans on the corners and you run everything. You know what I'm saying? If someone tries to buck up on you, you can call mans to roll up on them and shoot them up or stand them up. You understand? That's what the general meaning of that means.
Thank you. He's so dumb. If you run the ends, you can't run anything, man. You mean you can't park your car on the red lines? Jesus Christ! Like, come on. When someone says to run the ends, they're not talking about that, man.
Right.
They're not talking about what happens in that aspect. They're talking about in the underworld, man.
God.
And it's so dumb. He didn't even know that, man. When a man says that he runs the ends, it's talking about, you mean the crime, who can walk around them ends, man. He's not talking about you can't park your car on red lines. You know what I mean? And it's so lost and backwards. He didn't even know what running the ends even meant, man.
Right.
On that video, it was embarrassing, man. When a man says he runs the ends, he's not talking about, you know what I mean, red lines and like things like that. He's talking about running the underworld of the ends, man. And this guy was so lost, he couldn't even make sense out of that, man. All right, let's get to screen share. So, bear me 1 second. So let's hear what more nonsense is gonna come from his mouth. Man.
Slacker, who's this again?
His name is Sir Sarah. He's an English Egyptologist.
Oh, okay.
Right, do it.
A lot of Christian men, a little bit on
The pansy side.
Right.
Go on.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Look at the mic. He's saying a lot of men in the church, they're on the pansy side, and guess what? So are you, man.
Right.
You know what's funny? Even as he's saying it, a lot of men they're on the pansy side, and looking at you, and you're on that side too, man. You know what I mean you're there with them, Sarah. You're with them, man.
Egyptians, that's their culture, man, to be homosexuals, man. You
That's
understand?
right.
They were sodomites from the day, you understand? Just like the Greeks, just like any other Romans, you understand? But the Egyptians, which are the Africans, the Sudanese, those Africans, man, they are homosexuals. That's their culture. Their gods, what's Gaff and I don't know what the name?
And the Geb.
Guess it, Geb and the other one. That come on, man, they're all homosexuals, bro. What are you talking about? Like, you want to claim Africa? Is he your brother? Is he your brother? All right, so he wants to claim Africa so much, but you don't even know the history of the people that he's claiming to be. Right. But so like,
that's right. Yeah.
Oh, and I put that down to the fact that they're submitting to another man and they're not engaging their own masculinity, whereas they're giving their masculinity to someone else, and they say, no, you are ahead of me. Whereas I feel like a man should be the one that embraces that masculinity and becomes a leader.
The interesting thing about what you're saying is I don't disagree with you.
Right.
I feel like God is supposed to, God empowers the man to be the head of the house, to be the leader, to be the man. A God-fearing man could not be more masculine. So I find it interesting that you've seen it the other way around, because for me, a God-fearing man is extremely masculine. He can take.
And guess what? She's right, man. A man that serves the Lord, that is masculine as it gets, man. A man that takes orders from the Lord, that is a masculine man. And then now, and then you know what's funny? Even she's saying, you're saying it's the other way around. That is shocking, man. A man that fears God is masculine. Why? Because in the Bible, a man is the head of his house, man. A man in the Bible takes charge of his wife and his kids. And believe me, ain't nothing more masculine than that, man. And now this weakling's like, you know what I mean? That's wrong, man. You're serving some God, and that's why it makes you weak. Let me tell you something. In the church, they don't serve the God of Israel, man. That's why they're weak. We serve the real God, and we are masculine, man. You're serving Pan-Africanism, and you're damn near almost there with the homosexuals, man. You're not far, man. All you can do is reach a bit, and you're there with them, man. And that's the problem. You want to know what it is? With this man here, he's jealous of everything that he sees, man. Every time he's on some blog, he's always trying to talk down on something. You want to know why? Because he can't be a part of none of it, man. He tried the bad man part. No one wanted him. And now what's he saying? You don't really run the ends. If there's red lines, you can't part your car there. Listen, running your ends doesn't mean that, man. It's so out of touch. He didn't even know what when a man says running the ends, he didn't even know what it meant, man. Waste, man. It didn't even know. You know what I mean? When someone means run the ends, they're not talking about, the things that they can't do, man. Talking about the underworld, the crime, you know what I mean? Who can walk around them ends? Not talking about red lines and, if a new apartment gets made. They're not talking about that. But it's so out of touch. He didn't even know that, man. And looking right there, man, look soft as hell, man. Talking about effeminate men, talking about effeminate men in the church. You're there with them, man. You're with them, Sarah. What are we doing, man? Run that one more time.
A lot of Christian men, a little bit on
the pansy side.
Right.
Go on.
Right. Yeah. So, and
and you know what? I don't want to embarrass him, you know. But in Hyde Park, there was a video where some Arab, he was in his face, and he was scared, man. You're on the pansy side, man. No man wouldn't let someone get in his face, man. Right. And let me tell you something. You don't even have to win the fight, man. But what you gotta do, you gotta show that man that you're not soft, man. Right. And he was scared. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, oh man, you know. And the guy's like, say that again. After this, and guess what? He avoided him, man. You're on the pansy side, man. A masculine man, for his masculinity, he would fight, man. That's right. For his masculinity, he would have to do something, man.
That's right. It's lucky if I could. You know what I mean? Like you were saying, it's so heavy at the one because it's like this. Even if in your mind you think somewhere for fashion, you think the guy that you're up against, he's gonna beat you up. But if you're a man, you have some kind of something called honor and integrity. You're gonna go like, listen, I'm gonna go down fighting though. Right. As a man, I'm gonna just run away like a coward. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go down fighting. But this is the thing: people in the Egyptologist community do not understand that, man. You know what I mean? Because the what was it called? The laws of what? The laws of Ma'at. That'll teach you that. That teaches you that. Listen, man, the laws of Ma'at is just some nonsense, man. You know what I'm saying? Because why? They are the people of the Egyptians, man. They were defeated by our power, man. The Most High power, Yahweh, man.
That's right.
They were brought down to heel. And they are nothing now. The remnant of the true Egyptians are nothing now. You understand? And you've got brothers like this who think they can stand there with their bald head talking about Egypt and this and that and just thinking their opinion really matters when their opinion doesn't matter. Right. Their opinion, the only thing they should be doing is paying their tithes to Command General YAHANNA, man. You understand? That's what they should be talking. People like that should not talk. You're not authorized to teach people or to give wisdom. You don't have any wisdom. Right. The sister right there had more wisdom than him, man.
That's right.
The sister understood that a man that follows the laws of the Most High, he has been set according to rank. There's rank in a family, in a household structure. You understand? But only a coward could not understand rank and order. You understand? That's like it.
That's right. And on the back of that, we got another video right here where a rapper, he was going against Afro beats, and you know what I mean, everyone hated him for it, man. Right. So we're gonna get into this now, man. And let me tell you something: Afro beats is trash, man.
Right.
Afro beats is fake reggae music, man.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And you know what's funny? In the Afro beats, they're using old reggae songs, man.
Right.
I listen to lyrics like that's the song that I listened to when I was 9 years old, man. Right. So how are you gonna say that it's yours when you are basically getting the fundamentals from somewhere else, man? Afro beats is reggae music, man. It's just with a little African spin on it, man. That's all it is, man. That's right, bro. So we're going to get into this video next, man. Margs, this is a UK rapper right here, man. So we're going to get into this, man. And what he said is heavy, man. And you know what I mean? I don't know this brother, but one thing what I would say is, listen, you need to contact the I.S.U.P.K, man.
Right.
You need to be at 394 Lodge Road, man. Right. Because if you're not, believe me, them Africans, they're going to be on your back and you're going to fold, man. Right. But if you're here, you got people that will fight with you, man.
That's right.
And we'll tell them Africans, Afrobeats is trash, man.
Right.
Afrobeats is trash. Listen, I'm not listening to no Lego with you, man. I'm not listening to no, you know what I mean? Whatever, man. Wizkid and all that crap, man. That is reggae music, man.
Right.
They are thieves, man. Nigerians are thieves, man. That's right. The Afrobeats is reggae music, man.
Right.
All you done, you took a reggae beat and you got some smelly African on the microphone.
That's right.
That's all what it is, man.
Right.
On the vocal cords, man, some smelly African on the vocal cords. That's all it is, man. Right. But let's get into it. Run this screen share.
Him to go number one, yeah, and not even like make none of them stupid Afro beats tracks, not make none of them pop rhythms.
Stop it. Let's stop it. That's mine. And guess what, man? He is right, man. Do you know how easy it is to make an Afrobeat song? Everyone does it, man. Every artist just happens to make an Afrobeat song. Why? Because it's easy, man. You know what I mean? All you gotta do is take a song from the past, put an Afrobeat beat on it, and then you got a hit, man. And guess what? Even he knows really it's easy. It's not talent. All these Africans, they're taking our songs and just making it into an Afrobeat song, man. And he said it, man. He said what the black man and the Hispanic man thinks for so long, man. You mean a lot of these Afrobeat songs, they're taking our tunes, man. Our hits from the 90s, from, you know what I mean, 90s, from like 91 to 98, man. And just adding an Afrobeat spin on that song, man. You had something.
Yes, Captain McCar. I was waiting for this one, you know. Yeah, man. It's about time someone said something about this, because how they're taking our tunes and try spinning our tunes like it's theirs.
Right.
It don't make no sense, you know what I'm saying? And nobody ain't pulling them up on it. I remember I was in London one time, and my cousin put on the radio, and I was like, "What's this? This must be the bashment radio." You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's Afro beats. I'm like, what? What's Afro beats? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is Afro? It's like Africans have taken the thing, and this was like 2-3 years ago. I'm sorry. How have they taken our thing and using the vernacular and everything? You know what I mean? And then I was on YouTube, and then I was watching a WizKid tune. You know what I'm saying, on YouTube. And then I seen him, he's using the vernacular, and he's using the patois and all of that. And they're saying, "Oh, it's African something, it's African this and that." I'm like, yo, this is our language, you know what I'm saying? How have they taken it? You know what I mean? And the chat, yo.
So, and that's so heavy, man. What you bringing out is heavy, because you know what it is, yeah? What's that African's name? Burna Boy, isn't it? Burna Boy?
Burna Boy.
Yeah, loves to try to talk in patois and run around like that. You know what I mean? Like these Africans and these heathens, man, just point blank in general. All they do, if you go to Korea right now, you got Koreans trying to make their hair thick and woolly and braided it. You understand?
Right.
Trying to look like us.
That's right.
If you go to all the way over to East India, you find, you understand, some Indians, some Chinese, some Japanese, some other heathen nation trying to look like us. You understand? Everything that we do, everyone else copies. But prior to our music, you understand, our drill, our grime, you understand, before reggae and dance hall and them thing there, what was the Africa doing? You understand? What was he doing? Throwing a spear, man. You understand? Forget them, man. You know what I mean? They listen, and this is the thing. We're gonna go through it. The other one's gonna bring it out, but you understand? This is the thing. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans need to understand this: that these Africans only take from us, just like every other heathen. They take from us. Just like this Diego Armando Maradona. They took from him. They took from the South Americans. They play their football. They do their thing, right? And the Europeans take from that. The same way that the Africans take from us. You understand? All these heathen nations around about us, they just take from us and they oppress us and leave us in the dirt. You understand? But we must understand this, that they are not with us, man. Right. And we must not try to join with them or give them any type of peace or unity with them. We should try to look back the brother that's dying in the street just like you and go help him, man. Help the brother and the sister that's come up in the ghettos just like you, man. That's what you should do. But
that's right. That's right.
Like, you kind of have to respect it. That's kind of like the dream, because enough man go against shit that they stand for. Just for...
Now, for those that don't know, it's talking about a rapper called Nines saying that, you know what I mean, in the album that he has, he's respecting it, saying that he didn't use no silly Afro beats, man. And let me tell you something, with Nines, he's a Benjamite, man.
Right.
And let me tell you something, Nines can rap, man.
Right, that's right.
Them Africans can't rap, man. Right. You know what I mean? They try to be like us, and Nines, he didn't mess with no Afro beats, man. You know what I mean? You want to know what he did? He did what he knows, man. Right. And it's called the music of the Israelites, man.
Right.
Nines didn't mess with no silly leg over you tunes and all that crap. Nines, he used what he knows, man. And he's respecting it, saying that he didn't use no Afro beats. And guess what? Africans hated this. You know, this same video here, It got this man hated. But let's play on.
Sells and shit, but he keeps it true to himself. So yeah, respect.
And there you go, man. He respects him. Because true, to make Afro beats is so easy. Is it me or in these times, everyone's using Afro beats to get a #1 hit? You mean they're using any song, putting an Afro beat spin on it, and then now all of a sudden, that's a hit, man. That's catchy. You mean, oh, there was one that pissed me off about a phone. A Motorola, if I'm making sense. He was one that like, listen, like anyone can say that. You can get a beat and just say something dumb, and you got a #1 hit, man. You know what I mean? And guess what? Nines did not do that, man. A brother from the tribe of Benjamin, he did not do that, man.
That's right.
And got the #1. He didn't have to make no silly Afro beat song, man. You know what I mean? He made hip hop, man. The music that it speaks about the oppression of black people, and had the #1, man.
That's right.
You have to make no silly Afro beat song to get any respect, man.
Right.
To get any #1 song. And that's why, you know what I mean? He respects him, and he should, man.
Right.
And he should, man. You know what I mean? I'm online, and damn there, everyone's making an Afro beat song, man.
Right.
You mean you hear that dumb Afro beat, man? You know what I mean? And you're like, oh, here we go. And then they're taking some song from the past and adding some mix on it, man. Adding some mix on it. Taking, you mean they're taking one of our greatest songs from the past and they're spoiling it, man. They're spoiling it with that horrible African accent, man. Like, oh gosh, it makes you cringe. Like, geez, like, you know what I mean? What are you doing, man?
And they're foul stench as well.
And the foul stench, man. Even, you know what I mean? Even when they're playing the song, I can smell it, man. You know what I mean? I'm in the car like, what? A fufu? What's that, man? You know what I mean? I'm smelling it through. You know what I mean? I'm smelling it in the car, man. From the BBC One Extra. I'm smelling it, man. You know what I mean? Why? Because, you know what I mean? They're not us, man. And the Afro beats is just a cop-out, man. From our reggae music, man. That's all it is.
So like, so if I could, like, you know what I mean? Like, this is the thing. Every nation tries to copy us, man. The white man, the Arab man, the Chinese, the Pakistani, the East Indian, the African, all of them, they copy us. That's a fact. That's history. That's just the reality of the world we live in. But the thing is this, brothers like Nines to know this, that being hated by these filthy heathens is nothing but what us today and our forefathers have always endured. Right. And he should be hated in his righteousness.
That's
he should
right.
come and serve under a man named Captain Parasha in the UK, man. You understand? Right. And through that you'd be serving a man called Commander John YAHANNA, and through that you'll be serving Yahushua Mashiach, which is Christ in the Hebrew, you understand? Right. And this is where brothers like Nines and many other brothers like, you understand, who acknowledge the things that happen to them and are not scared and are not shook to acknowledge it. You should come up in here, man. You should come up in here and be among your brothers and sisters and stand in unity and be hated, because we've always been here. This is the thing we have to understand as well. Is this, yeah? Whether we sell out or we be strong, we're gonna be hated.
That's right.
Only difference is that we who are strong, we have integrity and honor. You who are weak are without anything, man. You have no integrity, no dignity left. You understand? And you have nothing that no pride left, man. There's nothing in you. You're just like a, you know what I mean, used up like a whore. You understand? And it's shameful, man. All you have is shame. But if you come up in here with among your brothers, man, and have some honor and integrity, and actually have brothers who are reliable and back with you, you understand? You do well, man. You understand? Right. Brothers like Nines need to understand this, that none of these heathens will ever be with you, man. They will only use you as they always have in history. History would show us who they are today, and they have never changed, nor have they ever alluded or changed their ways. You understand? Their only goal is to take and gain from us, and then throw us away, man. You understand? But so like, yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
And also, what Africans in every other race like to do is, we start a trend with something. Like, we started reggae. They play reggae all over the world. Right. And what Africans do is, and every other nation, they sit back for a while and they just observe and watch. And then afterwards they come out of the blue and make out like they're the evolution of what we started. Now they're making that like Afro beats is the evolution of reggae. Now the white man's making that mess is the evolution of Maradona and so forth. They watch the things that we do, and then they make out, you know what, we've took it further. You lot should thank us. When in reality, who listens to Afro beats outside of African people, man?
Right.
Nobody.
Man. But when you talk about reggae, East Indians love reggae, man.
Right.
White people love reggae.
That's
White
right.
People go to reggae raves, man.
Right.
Tell me when you see them in Afrobeat raves. You don't, man. Only Africans go to African parties. And because there's so much of them, they sell you this thing like, oh, Afrobeats is better than reggae. Afrobeats is good. And what you need to realize is Africans actually jump on the internet and post how good the song is and post reviews. We know how good our music is. We don't need to post reviews.
That's right.
Africans actually buy Afrobeat singles. We know how good our we bootleg it, man. So you can't even look at record sales and say this person's better than that person.
Right.
Everybody knows that we start everything when it comes to rapping. Who started this UK rapping sound first? We did, man.
Right.
You had Mike GLC, the PDC, and then now who started to rap now? K-Trap, Heady One. And the thing is this, they're rapping about drugs and coming from broken homes, and they live with both of their parents, man.
That's right.
They send their mom and African dad in the house.
That's right.
They got fufu for dinner, man.
That's right.
Well, we weren't getting nothing for dinner, man.
Right.
We was outside from we was what 9, 10, and what we rapping about is our real life. But Africans sit back and be like, you know what? It sounds cool, and let's do it and make some money. So now Storms is making some money now, man. Driving around in a Lamborghini truck. Now K-Trap's making money. Now Heady One's making money. Heady One and Tion Wayne, both Africans, talking like the real gangster. They're scared to fight on the plane, man. You see the video? These used to have been enemies talking about watch what they're gonna do to each other when they see each other, man. They both seen each other on the plane, and they was scared of each other, man.
Right.
Like the punching and moving, but there was social distance boxing, man. It looked like social distance boxing. Whereas you know how us Benjamites get down, man. Not that it's right, but I'm saying we would go straight there. Black people, we actually live what we rap about. And that video right there with Heady One and Tion Wayne lets you know they just rap and lie and tell you to do all these things when really they don't do nothing. Also, Heady One and Tion Wayne both went to university, man. How they rapping about guns and drugs and the reason we rap about those things is because we didn't go to university, man.
Right.
That's right.
We didn't get into university, but Heady One could get into university. Tion Wayne could get into university. And even with the diamond chains, man, who started that in the UK? Us.
PDC and
Exactly. We started them diamond watches, them diamond chains. Exactly. Now, what Africans had was them rings around their neck, man. Them rings in their lips. Them plates in their ears, man. And everything that they do, we don't want to do. We look at them and laugh at them so much that back in the days, in school, Africans used to lie and tell you there was Jamaican.
Right.
That's right.
And
I
we
remember.
used to look at them, their ashy skin, and no, they're not Jamaican, man.
Right.
We used to know there wasn't Jamaican, but they used to lie and say, I'm Jamaican. And then now that they've been accepted somehow, I don't know how. Now they've been accepted somehow. Now they tell you, I'm African. Used like as slaves. Now they want to call us slaves after stealing everything, man. But that's it.
All right, so yeah, we got a next video. This is another UK rap star, and he explains that in the UK, that you mean with the influences, it comes from the Benjamites, man, Jamaica, man.
Right.
In the UK, Wagwan is a Jamaican term, man. You mean so all these Africans that are basically high-minded, you mean a lot of what they say comes from the tribe of Israel, man. It comes from Benjamin.
Right.
So we're gonna get into that next, man. You mean I've been watching videos and some Africans you don't know, yeah, cause you're like, I'm like, yo, this ain't in Africa. You don't say that, man.
Right.
In Africa, you don't say that. But guess what? In Jamaica, we say it and it's normal, man. Wagwan is normal. You mean to us, it's not even a big thing to say. It's like, oh, like you mean like what's up? But you mean, but to them, the guys sound big. Wagwan, fam. You know what I mean? When really, that's nothing, man. In Jamaica, that's just language. It's just linguistics.
Right.
It's what you say. So we're gonna get into that next. I got some comments in here. Child tribes of Judah. We are the seed. That's right, man. D Dubs. Tazap one. That's right. I was about to say that they used to pretend they were Jamaican, and that's right, man.
Right.
Africans used to pretend they were Jamaican, man.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you a secret. Africans didn't want you to know their last name, man. When you hear that, when you hear that, Makobachoto, and all that, they're like, no. You know what I mean? They didn't want you to hear that, man. I mean, so that you go ahead.
Like I was gonna say, like, you know what I mean? Like they used to lie about who they were, but we we used to know by their head shape and their haircut. Right. Their head shape and their haircut. Listen, man, that skin bald head. Now listen, brothers would have afros, braids, or a little fade. Africans have skin bald heads. You know what we used to do? We used to go. You understand? That's what they were trying to say. Oh, I'm Jamaican. But you don't look like a Jamaican. We used to play with them. That's what we used to play with them. But now you got Stormzy and what other one? Eddie one talking about this and talking about that.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
I got another comment from how about WizKid about Vibes Cartel. Meaning what? He's influenced by Vibes Cartel, man.
Right.
So all those songs that he's making, they was influenced by an Israelite, man. You mean he didn't get it from other Africans? He got it from the children of Israel, man.
Right.
That's where he got influence from. So let's get into this other video, man. This is a UK rapper called I.S.U.P.K, and he's talking about that the UK influence is from Jamaica, man. I got you. All right, let's get into this. Wait a minute. All right, we're gonna get there. Bear with me.
Lowski, Wagwan broski. You have Jamaican parentage, correct?
Yeah.
So what was it like growing up in your yard then? Because with the music that is out right now, I always try to show the connection between the original yard dancehall stuff with.
All right, you see it there. It's like the Africans don't want to hear this, man. Yeah. No. But listen, no. Here's the good news, man. It don't stop. We're having the trouble playing this video. Listen, we're going to play it. Let me tell you something. This video is going to get played, man. I don't care what we gotta do, man. If we gotta call him himself, if we gotta call him, get his number somehow.
The trouble is playing videos. They're throwing too many spears, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Throwing too many
Throwing darts online at us. Nah, we're getting a video, you know. Trust me. This video don't stop, man. Trust me. This video is coming, man. I'm going back to it right now.
Right.
Remember I told you. This video has to come out, man.
And that video what we're about to play is it here? The video that we're about to play, man. You're gonna see how everyone's influenced by our culture, and it's true that WizKid said in 2010. There's something about listening to Vibes Cartel that helps me write my own songs. And then, lo and behold, fast forward to 2020, WizKid tried to say the evolution of Vibes Cartel, which is letting you know these Africans just learn from you and then steal everything you do and get paid for it. And it happens all the time. But I got the video now.
Yeah.
So what was it like growing up in your yard then? Because with the music that is out right now, I always try to show the connection between the original yard dancehall stuff with what we're on right now. So what was it like growing up in your yard as a youth?
Like, music's always running. As my parents are kind of young, so my mum was more on this R&B, you know, them slow jam tunes there. But granddad and that, they're easy on the old school reggae thing. I didn't even feel like my aunties and that, they're the ones that just bang out bare bashment music. You know what I mean? It's all them that are pumping out bare bashment music. So like, enough Vibes Cartel, Black Rhino and that I was listening to when I was a little boy.
What was the kind of music that was being played in Granny's yard? Because obviously Granny weren't listening to Vibes Cartel. Listening to Black Rhino and all of that.
Yeah, nah. You know what's mad? Like, there's so much just tunes, them old reggae tunes, but I'll never know the names to them. But you know, like they're just ones that, like my granddad and that, them man got the, you know, the big records, the big ones that go on the tin.
And let me tell you something, man. In the UK, you know what he's on about right there? That influences many of us, man. Those records that you don't even know the name of them, man. You know what I mean? Have you ever heard a tune and you're like, you're on the app, the Shazam, and the Shazam can't even find it, man. You know what I mean? Why? Because the song's so old, man, and the tune's bad. You're like, like, what's the name, man? You know what I mean? Guess what, man? Those things influence UK rap, man. Those things influence the music in the UK today, man. And it's Benjamite music, man. It ain't no African music, man. It ain't no African song, man. It's all the music from the Israelites, man.
What the vinyl records or something? The man put like, yeah. Oh.
You're making me feel like old like your granddad right now. Don't do this to me, Lowski.
Granddad got like 1,000 of them. Yes, like 1,000 of them. But you know, like granddad's much can't even touch them. If you dare touch them, you're in trouble.
How much of that has kind of like that you've absorbed without even realizing?
Yeah. Therefore, like the way you speak, the way you like, you know, I mean. But that's even like the people that you're around, you know what I mean?
So
like,
if you missed that, he asked him, so the way that you speak, how has it influenced you? And let me tell you something, in the UK, black culture has influenced the UK, man. Right. All that wagwan, you don't know, that's Jamaican, man. Right. You know, it's funny, people say it and they don't even know it, man. Right. They say, you know, it sounds cool, man. I'm gonna give you an example. In Hyde Park, if you listen to a lot of the debates that they have, a lot of what they say, that's Jamaican influence, man. Right. You know what I mean? Even when they're angry, are you mad? Are you don't? That's Jamaican, man. Right. You know when you Mr. Benjamin, are you mad? You mad? Like, you know what I mean? And guess what? You mean they don't even know it, man. You mean we have changed the UK, man. Our influence has changed this island right here, man.
That's right. So, like, if I could, before you continue, like, what has being from Nigeria or Ghana or Sierra Leone, you know what I mean, Ivory Coast, what has that done for anything? What has that done for anyone or anything? All it has done is they know that they are robbers, they're thieves, they're scammers, and they what do you call it? What do you call it again? They
bank scammers and
and
credit card scammers.
Their women, you understand? So the women that have no feelings in their vagina, you know what I mean? Like, this is who they are, man. They eat albinos, you understand? To this day, they eat albinos. They hunt down and eat albinos. This is the people who look down upon us. This is the people who, and just like every other heathen nation, they look down upon the Israelites who, even in their in slavery and their torment and their torture, these people, us, we have achieved so much and influenced the whole world. Everyone looks to envy our music and our style and our swagger, and we speak and talk and everything. And these filthy dogs dare to even speak against us, man. This is the world we live in, man. That's right. That's why you come to the I.S.U.P.K.
That's right, man. Now, I'm saying, has anyone got anything else? Don't want to cut no one off. No. All right, no, so let's play out.
If you're around enough people from like a Caribbean background, you end up going parties that are always playing Caribbean music. Do you know what I mean? You eat enough Caribbean food, just things that you don't even realize, but you're just always doing, because that's what you're around. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man.
Do you think that you got a responsibility to kind of show that side of who you are, even though your music is so UK? Because when I speak to the likes of when I speak to Kano, when I speak to all of those guys, I'm like, listen, you guys were so good at what you did with UK music and still are so good. It's to a certain extent, you kind of push the Caribbean culture and tradition and the sound of our music to the kind of background, and this whole UK wave that we have right now has come to the forefront. So do you feel responsible, any form of responsibility to say, yo, this is what I want to kind of show and represent?
Therefore, yeah, but I don't want it to seem forced as well. You know what I mean? Because it's like you see, like I think yard artists are like probably one of the best artists in the world. Like I don't know how they do it. Like the things they're saying, the way they pronounce it, like everything. You know what I mean? It's cold, but you can't copy that. I think it all like originates from Jamaica though. Like in Canada,
there you
there's
go,
enough
man.
yardies. You know what I mean? In the UK,
This
there's
is
not.
what it said, man. It all originates from Jamaica, man.
That's right.
What you see in the UK all originates from Jamaica, man.
Right.
All that wagwan you don't know, fam. Yeah, cause listen, all that comes from Jamaica, man. Africans in Nigeria don't say that, man.
Right.
In the Cameroons, the Ghanaians, they don't talk like that.
Right.
So when you listen to some African on the mic, he's talking a way that in his homeland they don't talk, man.
Right.
They don't talk like that. When you're in Hyde Park and they're speaking, listen, they're trying to copy you, black man.
Right.
Why? Because you're the salt of the earth, man.
That's right.
You're the flavor of the earth. Everyone wants to be like you, man. Imagine this, an immigrant, man. An immigrant from a country that, you know what I mean, they don't even know nothing about black people. As soon as they come here, they want to be like a black man, man. They want to wear what he wears. They want to talk how he talks. When they're from a country where they don't even know black people even exist, man.
Right.
As soon as they come on English land, yeah, fam, wagwan. You know what I'm saying, bro? You know what I mean? They want to be like you.
That's right.
Meanwhile, they're from a country where black people ain't even there, but they know to survive here, they gotta be like you, man.
Right.
To, you know what I mean, fit in over here, they gotta be like you, man. Why? Because you are the people of God, man.
That's right.
You are the Israelites. Let me tell you something. If you're a black man of West Indian descent, you are an Israelite, man.
Right.
You are the people of the Bible, man. In the Bible, you are from the tribe of Benjamin, man.
Right.
And guess what? God loves you, man.
Right.
God wants you back, man. You are the people of the Lord, and you need to be here at 394 Lodge Road, man.
Right.
B185PW, man. Call the number on the screen as well, man. You belong to the Lord, man. You don't belong to no Nigerians, man.
Right.
You don't belong to no Ghanaians about, I'm from the Ashanti tribe, man.
Right.
No, you're not, man.
Right.
Ashantis sold Israelites, man.
Right.
Igbos sold Israelites, man.
Right.
You mean every West African people sold you, man.
Right.
You are not them, man.
That's right. Straight up and down. And this is the thing. It's like if I could.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? This is the thing. Everybody needs to understand this is reality. This is reality. This is history and the present time. This is not some, like we've been taught in the church, some fantasy fairy tale belief. Nah, this is history. This is life and facts. This is the I.S.U.P.K, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Right. It's not about how we feel. It's not about what sounds good. Nah, it's about the truth. And the truth is that every nation, Romanians, Pakistanis, everywhere on the planet you can go, they come around here and they talk like us. You understand? Then they envy us and take from us. You understand? And this is the thing. History dictates that the Israelites, the blacks of the transatlantic slave trade, the Hispanics and natives of North and Central and South America, are the people that everyone envies for their talent and their greatness. You understand? Even though they have suffered such great oppression, these are God's chosen people. This is why we can see this today. This is why we can show you in present day as well as past time. You understand? All the things that we suffer and we go through, and all the nations that around about us and how they deal with us. You understand? And for those who want to love them and love Africa, listen, man, you are a damn sellout, man. Right. You hate your grandmother, you hate your grandfathers, man, who came here and paved the way for you, man, and made such greatness from your bloodline, man. Forget them, man. History dictates that they sold us, man. And look how they treat you today. You understand? You know how you grew up and how you grew up among them in your schools and all the rest of it, man. You can see it. Let alone the history. You can see it for your damn self when you grew up and how you knew how these heathens treated you and how they carried on around you. You understand? Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, more specifically in the UK, you understand? We talk about the blacks of the Caribbean, but we'll talk about all the Israelites, you understand? This pertains to you. You need to understand, listen, segregation is the key. Coming back to your power, your Yahweh, and learning your heritage and uplifting yourselves and forgetting about them is the only way we're going to come back to who we are, man. It's the only way we're going to truly find some kind of solution and productive course of action towards the helping of our people, man. You understand? So, like, that's all.
That's right. Now, man, that is on point, man. It's heavy. Let's play the rest of the seed. If there's any more.
It's good, man.
Awesome.
It's good. No, you know what it is? This.
It's from Jamaica though, like, in Canada there's enough yardies, you know what I mean? In the UK there's enough yardies, so I think everyone's just leached onto what they're saying. Like, all them words like a lie. Like, you hear Yardman saying, lie you tell, you know what I mean?
and you see what he said there? Everyone is saying what we say, man. Everyone's leeching on. So like, everyone's leeching on to things that we say, man. And he's not lying. If you go to London right now, everyone speaks like Benjamites, man. You know what I mean? Everyone, even races that got nothing to do with a dark-skinned race, man. You mean it's shocking? Like, I'm not gonna lie. You mean I've been to London a lot, man, and sometimes it hurts me when you got a Turk saying "Wagwan," man. You mean you wouldn't know bad, man? What are you talking about? Like what? Like you're from Turkey, man. You're from the Ottoman Empire, man. Like I mean, what do you know about this lingo right here, man? That's right. What do you know about this talk right here, man? Right. And you mean it grieves, man. You mean in London it can make you upset, man. But guess what? Everyone wants to be like us, man.
Right. So like, if I could, with the Turkish in London, right? This is the thing. Like with every other foreign ethnic group, when they came over here, they were oppressed, just like us, right? But here's the thing. It was always us that paved the way for ourselves and paved the way for them. Because with Turkish specifically, the reason why they will talk like how we talk and try to side with us, because why? When they were being oppressed by the British white man and being treated a certain way, who helped them? Who was so kind and affectionate and so selfless to help them? It was the Benjamites, man. Right. It was Benjamites that helped the Turkish to get through their time of oppression. It was Benjamites who helped the East Indians in the time of oppression. That's right. It was Benjamites who helped the Romanians and the Polish and all these other nations. It was Benjamites from the Caribbean, from the little islands of the Caribbean. Those blacks of the Caribbean, it was them who paved the way for all these nations. And meanwhile, these nations, these same nations that your forefathers helped, they look down upon you. They oppress you, man, in your communities. They take all the businesses out of your communities, man. Whether it be Birmingham, whether it be Manchester, whether it be London, you understand? They take everything from you and they suck the life out of your communities, man. That's right. These nations deserve no love from us, man. There's not enough love in the world. Our love should go to the blacks of the transatlantic slave trade, to the natives of North, Central, South America, man. That's where every black and Hispanic man's love should go, man. Right. So like, that's what I do.
Now, and then one thing I would like to add on to that, also with the Irish as well, man. We helped the Irish, man. Right. We fought, you know what I mean, to help them. Right. And when they got rich, they left us, man. And you know what's funny? You know what I mean? They even got something called the Irish rap music, man. Who's ever heard that? It sounds dreadful, man. Let me tell you something. You know what I mean? They should not rap, man. Right. The Irish man should not lay down 16 bars in his life, man. It should be banned from laying down a verse, man. Right. And a chorus. It shouldn't lay down nothing, man. You mean with the accent, man?
That's right.
It's mad, like, you know what I mean? I think everyone's just leached onto it and thinks it's their thing, but
and and what they say there, right. Everyone leeches onto it and thinks it's their thing, man. And it's not, man. You're acting like a Jamaican, man. Right. You're acting like a West Indian. Right. If you're an African and you think, you know, well, it's just hip talk, you are leeching onto Jamaican culture, man. You are leeching onto Israelite culture. It's not yours. And guess what? This man here, Olski, he is right, man. Right. He is right, man. Right. Whether you hate him for saying what he said, he's right, man. all you nations out there trying to be like us, you are leeches, man.
Right.
You are leeches sucking the blood out of black people, man.
Parasites.
Right. Yeah, just on that last bit, what the brother said concerning the leech onto the our stuff and think it's theirs. That's so true, you know what I'm saying? And not only is it true, it's disgusting, you know what I mean? Because how you saying wagwan and the thing there and this and that, and you're using our language, you know what I'm saying, point blank, and you're looking in our face when we're telling you, you're using our stuff. And then you're trying to go on like you're not using our stuff. It don't make no sense, you know what I mean? You've turned it into your things, which is our things. I don't understand how to do it, you know what I mean? You're looking, man, and you've taken them. Say you brought some belongings to a place, you know what I mean? Somebody's took your belongings, put it in their pocket, and then they've took it out and put it on the table, you know what I mean? And you're like, oh, that's mine, you know what I mean? And then they're swearing blind, looking you in your eyes, saying that ain't yours. It's the same thing, you know what I mean? Right. They're looking you in your eye and saying it, yo, that's not yours, it's mine, you know what I mean? Right. Where else did Wagwan come from, you know what I mean? Right. Where else did this lingo come from, which you're using for your music right now? You know what I mean? Where did it come from? That's right.
I said, like, if you could read Deuteronomy 28 and 43 for me, Bob Kishar, you understand? Because this is what black expects to understand is that these strangers, these heathen nations that are round about us, they took our help and they've taken and they've sucked their life. They've taken all the benefits they can find. You know, us paving the way for them, us finding civil rights in the UK and giving them something called the NHS. That came from us, you understand? But read that, Bob Kishar.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high.
So the stranger, you understand? The stranger, the heathen nations that are with thee, meaning what? These Polish, these Romanians, East Indians, Pakistani, Africans, man. These heathen nations that are round about us, they will do what? Read that again, Salakia?
The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high.
Very high, man. They're around from the ghettos because why they are in some level of poverty as well.
Right.
But they somehow managed to get businesses, man.
Right.
They somehow managed to find some level of wealth in this land. And
right.
You know how they found that? By being around us and taking from us, man. Read on.
That's right.
Read on.
And thou shalt come down very low.
We shall come on down very low, man. These strangers, the other nations that we paved the way for. Remember, it was our forefathers who built the wealth of the UK. And these other nations, these heathen nations, the Somalians, the Africans, the Ghanaians, the Romanians, the Polish, you name it, you understand, Romanians. These nations came here and suffered poverty and took up greatness, and they are now high. They now have businesses all around us, you understand? They now do greatly, and we are still suffering. Read on.
Right. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him.
So now think about it like this. The East Indian, more specifically, you understand? He came over here, and he was bullied. Blacks were able to stand for themselves and have some strength and integrity. And us being strong helped him.
Right.
And he like a leech and a parasite that he is, came here and took from us. But now he's lending to us, and we cannot lend to him. Read on.
He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
You understand? He shall be the head, and thou will the tail. That's what all these nations, not just the white man, not just the East Indian, all these nations do the same thing, man. You
right.
Understand? And that's biblical prophecy, man. So
that's right.
That's what I have.
That's it, man. That's heavy, man. Let's get into some more of this video. We've got a minute left.
That kind of music. But why is it only now that you feel like, feel comfortable?
I think everyone's just leached onto it and thinks it's their thing, but one time it's from back home anyway.
Why is it only now then? I know you said that when you was on lockdown and you was kind of feeling all of that kind of music, but why is it only now that you feel like, feel comfortable to be able to come out with a song like Avengers and to kind of bring that culture to the forefront?
I don't even know if it's me being comfortable. I don't know, man. Once you get to a certain stage in your career, it's just like you need to reach out, broaden out in a different way. Do you know what I mean? Cause I don't know, man. I feel like everyone that just does like, I don't know, if you do like an Afro song or something, you just get people saying, he sounds like Jay Hustle. I don't want to be one of them guys that just get rubbed under that. Do you know what I mean? So his Afro sound is sick because he's from Africa. Do you get it? Like that's where his people's from. So he's connected in that way. So if man can do it in a yard style, you know, it works, innit?
You know what? That is so sad. Basically, what he's saying is, you know what I mean? I gotta do basically like a Jay Huss way, not in my style. But guess what, man? You mean he took your style, man?
Right.
That guy Jay Huss, that smelly Ghanaian. No. He's Gambian. He took your style, man. And imagine that you're concerned about if you stand out from him, man. But guess what? He stole from you, man, Lowski. Lowski, Jay Huss is a thief, man. He stole from you. And then now you're trying to make your sound not sound like his, man. But guess what? He's a thief, man. Guess what? With that guy, Jay Huss, he stole from the children of Israel, man.
That's right.
Even all the lingo in his songs, that is Israelite lingo, man. That ain't Gambian lingo. Gambians don't talk like that, man. Gambians don't sound like us. But guess what? He's robbed us. And it's now at a point where we're not trying to sound like him, man. But guess what? His roots and the music, it comes from Israelites, man.
Right.
All those Jay Huss songs, you know what I mean? Even if you listen to the words, all that lingo comes from the tribe of Benjamin, man.
Right.
It doesn't come from Gambia. Gambians don't talk like that, man.
Right.
Anyone got anything?
And what Lowski said is he probably didn't even realize what he said. I think this part went over most people's heads. Lowski said this: I can't do the Afrobeat stuff because why? I don't come from Africa, and people's gonna say I'm copying and I'm begging. Whereas these Africans don't come from the Caribbean, but we let them run away with our star, man.
That's right.
We need you see how the Africans would come up against Lowski and say, "Oh, why are you doing Afro beats? You're not African for." We need to say to them, "Why you got Jamaican slang in your songs? You ain't from the Caribbean." Because imagine we're too loving. We just let them speak. We let Burna Boy speak Patra in his songs, man. We allow him, and we don't ever say, "Yo, you're not Jamaican. Why are you speaking like that?" We're supposed to shame him. Everyone's supposed to shame him and say, "Yo, why am I going to listen to you speaking Patra when I can just go to a real Jamaican or someone whose parents or grandparents is really from there?"
That's right.
Whereas you being from the Caribbean, if you tell me one Caribbean artist that does Afro beats who Africans listen to, you won't find that one.
Right.
But I can tell you many African artists trying to do Caribbean music, man. And guess what happens? We let them come in. We love them all and let them come in. Meanwhile, Lowski basically said that they won't let him go into the Afrobeat scene, man.
That's right.
They won't let him go in there, but we let them come in here. How about they make their crap music and we just make our great music and we stay far away from each other, man.
That's right.
And another thing, man, we set the trends. I'm gonna tell you how. Vibes Cartel made the tune called Clarks, man. Clark sales went up. Now you tell me an African that can set trends like that. The thing is, this Africans don't have nothing to offer. Usually, when they want something to sell, what do they do? Get one of us to model it, man. Get one of us to either model their clothes for JD, model their tracksuits. They don't really make Africans model on things. Why? Because if Africans model it, the sales will go down, man.
That's right.
People stop buying it if Africans in it, but because we set the trends. Like us, like we started putting. You meant to wear a peak hat forward, man. We started wearing it backwards.
Right.
What happens? Now Africans wear their hat backwards, man.
Right.
Now the words we use in the Caribbean is why? Because we can't speak English properly. What happens? These Africa, even the things that we don't even plan to do, this steal. Like the little things that we don't know, noticing that we do, they steal it. How does an African man say things like "Wagwan blood"? That's
Right.
An African man says that to another man.
Right.
An East Indian man calls the next man his brethren. Listen, man. Listen, man. Brethren is because we don't know how to pronounce the word properly, man.
Right.
It's brethren, but we say brethren.
Right.
And even that is still an Indian man calling an next man is brethren and Wagwan. The thing is this, We got all the salt and the sauce, man. Because we don't steal nothing that they have to offer. When do you ever hear a black man greet any man like TK? Never, man. Because we hate excuse my French, we hate Pakis, man.
Right.
And their slang also, man. Like they got nothing that we need. The thing is with us, you see, if we just all run in a hole somewhere, this whole earth would be bland. It would have no flavor. There would be no musicians. There would be no actors. Like what we showed at the first when we started going live today, we showed Debo, man. Listen, man. That whole movie, if you notice anything about that whole movie, is filmed on the porch, man.
That's right.
They rarely leave the porch.
That's right.
The only time they leave the porch is when Debo rubs the bike, man. Right. That's it. That's the only time they left the porch, man.
That's right.
Speaking of Debo, better top these chains.
That's right.
Lucky if I could, you know what I mean, like the other one's bringing up, man. And give the other one a hand, man. Give the blood warrior a hand, man. You know what I mean? Been up in here holding it down, man. You understand? And this is the thing, you know what I mean? It's testament to all these fake Israelite groups, man, who want to side with Africans, but meanwhile, Africans killed their sisters, you understand? Kill our sisters, you understand? And this is the thing. Just like those fake Israelite groups, just like any other brother in the world and sister in the world, listen, man, you need to come to the I.S.U.P.K, man. Right. Because this is the place where we love our people, man. We do not compromise for anybody. We do not trim our ways for some filthy heathen that has only oppressed our people, man. Right. This is the problem. The problem is that we love to be weak and to give our love to someone else, man. Right. That's the issue with Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. We give our love to the people that have oppressed us, man. Right. And still, to 2020, we're still here, suffering, and still under their boots and their heels. But now it's a time where there's a man called Commander YAHANNA. And over here in the UK, there's a man called Captain Parashah, you understand? And there are men under him that are willing to serve and fight and die for our people and our nation, man, and our power, man. And this is the thing. This is the time where blacks of the Caribbean and the natives of South America, you understand? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans need to come back to their heritage and come together and unite under one banner, man. And that's the I.S.U.P.K, man. All this other nonsense about loving them, all we're gonna find is a repetitive wheel of oppression and the same thing coming out and the same thing.
That's right.
The only way in the UK specifically, you're gonna find justice and you're gonna find honor and some fulfillment in your life is company I.S.U.P.K, and you serve under a man named Captain Parashah, man, meaning the Lord's horseman, man. This is the man that was set up in the UK to stand for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans and to give the orders to the men under him to give clarity and sanctuary and help to those people, man. But if you want to be a weak coward and love the oppressor and love all these heathens that are around about us, then you can wear purple, man. You can be a faggot and wear purple, and you can be GMS and be a rapist, man. Or you could go in the church, man. But listen, if you want integrity and you love the other people, you will not compromise, and you'll be as hardcore as it could possibly be, man. You can be as hardcore as it takes, man. And that's the only way you could be true and hardcore is to follow a man, Captain Parashah, man, in the UK, man. Right. And under him, you understand, and through that, you follow the man Commander YAHANNA and so on and so forth, man. And Yahushua Mashiach, you understand? This is the true way and the only way you're going to find it, man. No one can stand against us in a debate. No one can stand against us in the truth. But understand this, the reality is clear. And these heathens have no place among us, man. These heathens have no place to speak around us and about our people, man. We suffer these things. We are those slave babies, you understand? Those dirty Africans did not go through slavery or slave ships, man. These Africans and these heathens, Saka, get me Psalms 83, Baba Kashar. All these heathens, you understand, have come together and have sided against the children of Israel, man. Children of this slave trade, man. You need to understand that, man. Understand history and reality. Africans and Arabs and white people came against us, man, in history. And these same nations are against us today, man. And if we are to be men, brothers and sisters in London and UK, in London, in Manchester, in Birmingham, in Leeds, and all over, man, if you want to stand and keep your integrity, man, come to the I.S.U.P.K. And listen, here's the thing. Not every brother is built for this shit. Not every brother is built for this. But listen, understand this, man. Pay your tithes, man.
That's
Pay your tithes to Command John YAHANNA, man. You understand? Pay your tithes to the I.S.U.P.K, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, man. Because at least then, even if you're not built for it and you've been so destroyed and dismantled in this place, at least you can do some part, play some part in this work, man. Right. Read that, Bob Kishar.
Psalm chapter 83 and verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace.
So this is a prayer to the Most High. So keep not thy silence, man. Hold not thy peace, read.
For lo, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
So these enemies, these heathen nations make a tumult. Meaning what? The Most High power of the Bible has enemies, man. He created everything, but yet still he has enemies, man. You know why? Because the enemies of the Most High are the enemies of his people, man. Right. That's these heathen nations. Read on.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
They that hate the Most High hate his people, and they that hate us have lifted up their head, man, with pride. They come against us, man. The blacks of the translated situation, the natives of North Central South America, man. These heathen nations have come against us, man.
That's right.
And in so doing, they come against the Most High. Read on.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken what?
They have taken crafty counsel.
Read. They have taken crafty counsel, man. They have come together in their assemblies, in the EU, the
United Nations.
The United Nations. Follow that one. The United Nations, man. All of these nations, these heathens, have a representative there. Do we have? No. Read on.
Against thy people.
Against what?
Against thy people.
Because the blacks of the transatlantic slave trade, the natives of North, Central, South America, man.
That's right.
These are the people of the Most High, man. Read on.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
They're consulted against us, man. The hidden ones. We're the hidden ones found among the East Indians, found among the Arabs, found among the Africans, found among the white man, found among the Asians, man. We are the hidden ones of the Most High. Read on.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Read.
That the name of Israel may be in no more remembrance.
All of these heathen nations have said, let us come together and cut off the children of Israel from being a nation, man. That's how we read about what we see today, man. That's how we can see that not only the blacks, but the Hispanics as well have suffered under the hands of these white people, man. Under these Africans, man. Right. Read on.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
Read.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against the Most High power, man. Which means they are confederate against us, man. And that is only history, man. Have we not only shown you history and facts and detail that you can look up yourself? Blacks of the transatlantic slave trade and the natives of North Central South America, we have only suffered these things, man.
Right.
But we find out that the Christian church is a filthy lie, man.
That's right.
A filthy lie of the oppressor, man. You understand? The Christian church and the Muslim mosque are filthy lies of the oppressor, man. And we have understood in the I.S.U.P.K, under great wise men, man, that we've understood that, listen, these prophecies of the Bible are not fairy tale, man.
Right.
The people that read about in this Bible that have suffered these things are the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man.
That's
you understand? Right. These are the people who suffer these things, man, today, man. You understand? Read on.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The Edom, man. The Edomites, which means red, man. When you look at white people, they're not white. They are red. Their skin shows forth through their blood, through their. Let's stop it. Their blood shows forth through their skin, man. They are red. Read
That's
on.
right.
Read on.
And the Ishmaelites.
The Ishmaelites, the filthy, stinking Arabs, and the hairy, self-blowing up arrows, man. He bowed to a dusty stone, man.
Right.
That's right.
Of Moab.
The Chinese, man, the cheeky eyes, and then hurry up, these people, read on.
And the Hagarenes.
That's the Hagarenes, the filthy Africans, man. The Ghanaians, man. The Ivory Coast, man. These Africans, man. Read on.
Gebal and Ammon.
And Ammon, the Japanese, the samurai who historically, there was a saying among Ammon Slakia, where they said that you could only be a samurai if you had black blood. Meaning what? We were scattered, man. Under the sub-Saharan trade, all the Eastern Hemisphere suffered us under their hands, under their heel, man. And blacks, once again, the heathen nation has taken something from us to absorb into their own. And these Arabs, these are like Ammon, the Japanese, another nation is taken from us, man. These are the Japanese that come against us, man. Read on.
And Amalek.
And what?
And Amalek.
Amalek, man. The worst of all, man. Who have taken our holy name and our shield, man. And have called themselves Jews.
That's
when they
right.
are Jewish, man. False Jews, man.
Right.
In Stamford Hill in London, man. Where I'm from, you understand? In London where I'm from. And Stamford Hill, with those filthy devils, you understand, with their little top hats, their twirly little ears, talking about gas chambers, man. To hell with them, man. You know why? Because these people not only stole our heritage, but call themselves the biblical Israel, stole our heritage, but then they talk about gas chambers. Meanwhile, these same people funded our slave trade, man. In 1493 and 1600s, man, they funded our slave trade, man. Jewish people, man.
Right.
These devils, man, the filthy heathen, have all consulted against us with one consent. They are, read on.
The Philistines.
Read the Hamas, man. The Nigerians, the freaking Ghanaians, man. The ones who sold us to the white man. You understand?
That's right.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
More Arabs and more Africans. Read.
Ashur also is joined with them.
Read on.
They have opened the children of Lot.
Read.
Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
This is David, man. That was done in the Hebrew, man. He said, do unto them as unto the Midianites. It's not anything about the Bible. The Midianites got destroyed, man.
Right.
Because they fought against the Israelites, understand? And they were destroyed. And the Bible, and David, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Our forefather said, that was done. He said, do unto them as unto the Midianites, man.
Right.
Understand? These heathen nations that have destroyed us, man, destroyed the people that create everything and pioneered everything in the wealth of this land that we live in the UK. Listen, man, the Lord is going to come back with judgment, man. The Lord will repay them double what they've done to us, man. And if you are black, Hispanic, or Native American, it's time that you forget about the lust of this world, man. Forget about the carnality of this world and think about your people, man. Think about your blood that flows through your veins, man. And think about the people that have suffered for all these years. And don't be so weak to be like, I'm just doing my thing. I'm looking after myself and my family. Fuck that, man.
Right.
That's right.
Look after the people that you come from. And look at Moses, man. He was living under the Egyptians and living great and wealthy. But he looked down upon his people, the Hebrews, and he said, you know what, man? If they're suffering, I'm a paraphrase it. Yeah, they're suffering, that I'm suffering, man.
That's right.
And that's how we should. That's the spirit that we should be, man. Blacks, Hispanics, they remember need to come back to that mindset of, you know what? Listen, man. My people are suffering, and just like these heathens do, they look back themselves, man. We should do the same, man. That's my point, man. That's right. Holding back their
Alright, so the last video we got, man. So the last video, you know how like, I mean, on the pitch for the Black Lives, they'll take a knee, but this team, Illwall, they was upset, man, and it was booing. So while everyone was on one knee, you mean for their own team, they was pissed off about it.
Right.
So this will be the last video of today, man. So the screen share that.
Draw the sword, man. You draw the sword, man. That's slew the Philistine, man. You understand?
Troy Parrott, Scalak, Alexander, Burey, and Muller. Go through those subs again and they've got Frank.
So look, anytime these guys take a knee, the crowd boos, man. Now, for those of you that don't know, they're taking the knee for Black Lives, man.
Right.
And it's like, imagine this. Anytime these guys take the knee, the crowd is booing, man. You saw one example. As soon as they took the knee, boo! They went on the knee again right now, boo! Which means what, man? They're like, listen, F those Black Lives, man.
Right.
And let me tell you something. This is England, man. You mean everyone likes to believe in the lie of England, and this is the reality. They don't care about Black Lives, man.
Right.
You mean they can't even let a football player take a knee without giving him a boo? Let's play on.
Fielding, Sean Williams, Alex Pearce, John Daddy Babarton, Troy Parrott, Scalak, Alexander, Bury and Muller. Go through those subs again and they've got Frank Fielding, Sean Williams, Alex Pearce, John Daddy Babarton, Troy Parrott, Scalak, Alexander, Bury and Muller.
And look at that, man. Every time they take a knee, the Gala boo, man. We showed you that England does not love everybody, man. Even though England is the reason why we are in the situation we are in, when you speak about it, they hate you, man. When you talk about the wrongs that England has done, you're racist. And you can't forgive Maradona over a goal, man. And that's the point that we're making, man. You can't, you mean, for them to even just do a knee, you gotta boo, man. You gotta show how upset you are. And this is the reality of England, man. This place that everyone loves so much. This is what we are facing, man. And it's time that we face it and we realize it, man. And we're gonna
That right there, that was disgusting, man. They're taking the knee for something serious, and the fans are booing. Basically, what them fans are saying is, F what goes on in black people's life. We paid our money to watch a football match, man. They're saying, yo, we paid to watch a football match. We didn't come to see some Black Lives Matter nonsense. We didn't come to see you take a knee. And the booing, people boo when they're unhappy about stuff, man.
Right.
They booed, why? Because they don't care about black people's lives. They don't care that black people die horribly and whatnot. And this is why every black player should just say, you know what, we're not gonna. We don't feel like playing football today. Right. We should just say, you know what, just let the white players, let the white players play football today. I guarantee you, everyone will want a refund, man. But after the terrible display of football they're gonna see, like honestly, just look up the 10 greatest footballers of all time. I guarantee you, at least 8 or 9 of them would be Israelites, man. Right. 8 or 9 of them, and then what Esau likes to do is he likes to throw it around that this footballer was better than this. When really it's a lie, man. We have eyes, you know. We see what Ronaldinho done to David Beckham, man. We've seen it, man. We see what Ronaldinho done to David Seaman. It's lucky. I know you.
Let's grab that.
Free kick, that Ronaldinho free kick.
Let me get it.
We need that Ronaldinho free kick, man. White people hated him after that, man. People used to say to me, "Oh, you live in England. How do you not support England?" Listen, man. Excuse my French, but F England, man.
That's right.
They're one of the worstest football teams ever. This is what they do. England, they get an easy group stage to go through, and as soon as they get to the knockout stages, they lose, man.
Right.
They lose to like teams like Denmark. Listen, man, if your country's losing to teams like Denmark, man, just give up, man. Stop supporting England, man.
That's right.
Like, who was in the last World Cup final? France and Germany.
Yeah.
I mean, England. The thing is, this man, England hate Maradona, who only just scored a handball, and they're happy to play football with Germans and all these other races that's tried to wipe them out and whatnot, man. They're happy to play football with them, but Maradona, the hand of God, they're mad at him, talking about, oh, now I can finally be in the hands of God. That's what one of them said. What's his name? Gary something.
Gary Lineker.
Yeah, I think it was Gary Lineker. And then, yeah.
Chris, man, yeah.
And then you see Gary Lineker. Listen, man, I don't remember seeing one game from him. You know why I don't remember? Because he's not good, man.
Right.
He's not good. Can you remember any of his goals?
Never.
Because he's not good. But Maradona's goals, I remember the hand of God. I remember the foot of God. Ronaldinho, I remember them free kicks, them lobs. They call him Fat Ronaldo. Let's call him Fat Ronaldo.
Yeah, Fat
Ronaldo, man. Listen, man. He gave England a hard time as well. And you see Brazil, they won the World Cup like, what, 3-4 times?
Yeah.
Like 3-4 times when they had like Rivaldo, Ronaldo. Listen, them three. Can you remember them three?
Yeah.
Listen, man. Them three was so good. They made it onto what? They used to be on all the FIFA covers. Only recently they started to put the white man on the FIFA cover.
Right.
Who did they put on there one time? Mike Paul Scholes.
Yeah.
Paul Scholes, and then Paul Scholes ain't even that good. All it is, you only know Paul Scholes because he's ginger, and he was the only ginger in the team. He was the only ginger in the team, and that's the only reason you know Paul Scholes.
Right.
Ryan Giggs, you only know Ryan Giggs because he played on the left and had the white boots. That's it. You only know these players because they played for Man U. But if we're talking about world-class skill set, none of them had it, man.
Right.
None of them had it, but we're going to show you someone with world-class skill set. I would say he's the greatest footballer of all time. That's what I would say. but you know, I could be wrong. If it's not him, it's some other Israelite. It's
That's
one of
right.
us. Just imagine if we knew who we was as a nation, man, and we played for one football team called the Israelite. Listen, man, we would win the World Cup. It wouldn't be fair, man. It just wouldn't be fair. They have to have Israelites versus other Israelites because they know if every Israelite said we're going to be one team, we're winning everything in the Olympics,
Right.
everything in football,
Right.
everything in basket. We're winning everything, man. Imagine the Israelites was a World Cup team. I'm talking, you would have Fat Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Maradona, Thierry Henry. Listen, man, just imagine if we was one team, we was one nation. Listen, in the kingdom, I'm gonna see if we can have a World Cup, man. I'm gonna see if we can have a World Cup, and we're gonna win every single one, man.
Right.
Damn, Maradona up front, man. Ronaldinho midfield, man. Rivaldo on the left. Listen, man. I'm gonna show you this goal. We're gonna show you this goal real quick. This goal is beautiful, man. Look at Scholes there. That's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about.
In the tournament so far, Larson, Batistuta, Agahawa, Thomason, they all pose different threats. They're all tame, but this is different again.
Oh, this is the hardest they're going to come up against probably in their career. They're not going to play against two better strikers than Rivaldo and Ronaldo.
Ronaldinho takes, and David Seaman's caught his line. Brazil take the lead. Ronaldinho has scored. David Seaman is caught cold.
Rivaldo and Ronaldo.
Ronaldinho takes, and David Seaman's caught his line. And Brazil take the lead. Ronaldinho has scored. David Seaman is caught cold.
Look at the dance, man. Look at
A surprise goal for the Brazilians. A rueful moment for Seaman. And England must come from behind somehow.
And the two most surprised people there, Clive, the goalkeeper certainly got up in there and carried a long way through the end, and the kicker. He's just playing that. I don't care. Nobody's going to convince me he's intended. He's got to play
spin on the ball, man.
The strikers to come and have a head run or whatever. And he's got something on it. You could just see we had a great deal up from the and you could see carrying, and you thought, David, you've got to shift them feet quickly because that's going.
Time to give your all.
Listen, man. That free kick knocked you out of the World Cup, man. Right. And after that, Ronaldinho got a red card. But guess what? That goal still stands, man. England, man, football is not coming home as long as you're coming up against teams like Brazil, man.
That's right.
Coming up against teams like Argentina. Football is not coming home to England, man. Just face it, man. England ain't getting another World Cup trophy. The team ain't strong enough. And they can't play football, man. And listen, that goal was beautiful, man. That gives the white man PTSD, man. I love it. I love it.
That's right. All right, man. So that is another episode of On the Ends, man. You know what I mean? I appreciate everyone being here, man. Officer Shamgar, Officer Dongaba, Kwaza. I mean, everyone here, man. I've had an excellent show. Up until next week, Israel, man. All right, shalom, man. Yasin Shabakata.
Most
Christ, man. Alright, let's run the myths.
I'll be booking them like Palace, puffing up my chalice. True say I'm an addict, 24 cali, don't make me have to grab it. Cabbage, niggas can't manage. That's another slapping. Niggas thinking that I'm famous, that I won't slap it. Nigga, I'm erratic. Erdington savage, yeah, you call this modern warfare. When we double tap it, clicking and we clapping, shots burning through this jacket. Yep, I'm back and I'm attacking. Nah, I ain't capping. Real life rapping, switched it up and got it cracking. Get your vanished from a napping. Bare nerves racking. Ramming, carjacking, call it life, I'm sacking. Yeah, the Cali's in the air now. Got the tracking. 2017 bricks, still broke packing. Puff, puff, pass it, catch a yak with a cannon. Birmingham assassin, yeah, I burn him with a passion.
Gangster in the morning, gangster in the evening, gangster in the morning, gangster in the evening, gangster in the morning, gangster in the evening, gangster all the time. Gangster in the morning, gangster in the evening, gangster in the morning, gangster in the evening, gangster in the morning, gangster in the evening, gangster all the time.
You can't walk around the hood, that I'm good round. I was down and out, but I'm good now. If you saw my last check, then you would frown. So much drip around my neck, yeah, I could drown. Set the tone like a new phone. Yeah, I'm in the new zone. Just roll the zoo for the root home. Set the tone like a new phone. Yeah, I'm in the new zone. Just roll the zoo for the root home.
Gangster in the morning, gangster in the evening, gangster in the morning, gangster in the evening, gangster in the morning, gangster in the evening, gangster all the time. Gangster in the morning, gangster in the evening, gangster in the morning, gangster in the evening, gangster in the morning, gangster in the evening, gangster all the time.